R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
This is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B.
With extra cheese.
With extra dip.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
We travel. We take this thing on the road.
Yeah.
Huh? Atlanta.
Yeah, where we at?
North Studios.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Our brother Lil Ronnie has opened the doors for us to come to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And tap into the soil. Tap into the heartbeat. Get into the depths of the creatives and the masters who've made this good R&B shit. We got a man in the building.
Nigga.
Discography is a real thing.
Long as a rap sheet.
The list is long. The work, undefeated. If you see this man, if you look at him, you wouldn't be able to tell the time that has been put in because he's been preserved.
Yes, sir.
Because of the quality that he's been putting into the atmosphere that has been circling back to him. I don't want to say too many words. I want the man to speak. The man of God deserves an opportunity to say his piece. They call him Jasper.
Yeah.
Big love.
Believe it. Believe it.
Big love. Listen,
Yeah, man.
anybody with the name Big Love,
Yeah.
you out of control.
Hey, man, you know, hey.
Listen.
I'm here for the people.
Yeah, he promoting something.
Yeah. The love.
When she asked you what's your name,
When you saw Big Love, baby.
Yeah, baby. Come get a slice of it.
Ooh. You do about a slice?
Come get a slice.
You do about a
Yeah,
slice?
man. Piece of it. Come get a piece of it.
I gotta start doing about a slice. Give me that. Give me Big Love. Where does Big Love come from? How did you even get to that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. I really hijacked this name. So years ago, Manny Fresh and Jazzy Faye was doing a group.
Yeah.
I put myself in their group.
Yeah.
I say, what's the name of y'all group, Big Love? I made myself a member. What up, Finzel?
Yeah.
What's up, Manny Fresh? Yeah,
Yeah.
I made myself a member, and then I just they just started calling me Big Love. But the name of that group was supposed to be Big Love, and I inserted myself in the group, and I was in the group, and we were Big Love, and I took the name Big Love. I said, it's got to be me.
It's got to be me.
It's got to be me.
why not?
Yeah, man.
Whatever happened to the group?
Man, you know what's so crazy, man? They would get so much. Them boys would get so much money back then, man.
No, they was
My
getting
God, they was on fire.
They was getting it.
And they would just let me hang along. I couldn't believe it.
Well, my brother, you've done your part.
Yeah,
You've done your part.
yeah.
I promise you have.
Oh my God. And I just want to, first of all, you're number one. As we touch down in Atlanta. You're number one.
None higher.
You're kicking this thing off.
I'm kicking it off the right way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the bar is high.
Oh, yeah.
For
yeah,
whoever
put it
else
up
comes
there.
and sits
Oh,
in that
yeah,
chair
come
right
on,
here
man.
at Enoir Studios.
Yeah,
Let's get the
man.
bars high.
Elevated.
But I want to go back to the beginning because
Okay.
we all from a familiar place.
Yes, sir.
To where this thing started for you, to where somebody said, "Boy, that boy right there, he got something." Well, you said to yourself, "I got something."
Got some. Man, started on the west side of Atlanta. My mama, Miss Gloria Jean, my whole family from the west side of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And they made everybody in my family either had to be in the church choir on the usher board.
Yeah. Yeah.
One or the other.
You got to go to church and you got to be involved.
choice.
You ain't got no choice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is the church I went to, Greater Springfield, it's in the Bluff. The actual pastor of that church is DC Young Fly Daddy.
Stop playing with me.
What?
Yeah.
Stop.
The pastor of my church, Solomon Whitfield Jr., is DC Young Fly Daddy.
Stop playing with
Yeah,
me.
so that was the pastor of my church. And so my whole family
DC
went
never tell us that.
you know what I'm saying? I remember him when he was a baby. Actually, his mom and my mama went to high school together. You know, his parents had him later in life.
That-
so
I
he was
did
a
hear about
yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
he was a when I was he was a baby when I was a teenager. So it started in church. So my whole family went to the church, and it was like, y'all gonna sing or y'all gonna be in the usher board. So it started there. And then what ended up happening was in school one day, this the teacher made everybody get up and sing the Star Spangled Banner or whatever. So this dude got up. I went to Collier Heights Elementary School on the west side of Atlanta. And the teacher made this boy get up and sing, right? And he couldn't sing, and everybody started laughing. I wasn't even laughing. She looked straight at me and say, well, since you think it's so funny, you get up and sing. I don't really know I can sing. I just know what I do at church.
Yeah.
And so when I got up and sang, she said, oh, you can sing for real. She took me to the music teacher office, Miss Holloway. And from that point on, I was either doing music at church.
And what grade is that?
This second grade.
Second grade. Okay.
So either I was doing music at church or I was doing it at school. So by then, you fully immersed. You at church and then you at school doing music. And then I go home and my big brother and them, they doing music. So I was just encompassed by music.
What was your big brothers doing?
Man, my big brother and them, he had a group, but they was listening to rap. You know, when you got older brothers, they put you on the stuff earlier than everybody else in your age group because when you got big brothers, they out in the streets.
Yeah.
So they was putting me on. I was faster than most kids my age because I was learning from my big brothers and my cousins and them, and I was on the music they was on. So they was exposing me to everything. I never forget when I rap, we was on Too Short, Too Live Crew. I wasn't even supposed to be listening to that, but that's what they listening
You
to.
taking that back to the elementary school?
Please believe it. we on the top field. Somebody say, hey, we want some. Yeah.
You can say it on the R&B Money Podcast.
Pussy! Yeah, we want it. We listening to Too Short. Her name was Rhonda. Bitch, like a brand new Honda. So I'm listening to all this. But then my mama, I go to my mama and she making us learn whining songs.
Yeah.
And then
that's a
we go
cold
around the
mix.
corner, and then we on New Edition, then we on Michael Jackson. So it's just a bunch of mixture of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's all of that mixed in one. So you just getting all this music.
Wow.
Then I never forget the first record I wanted my mama to buy me was As We Lay by Shirley Murdoch. I didn't know what the song meant. I asked my mama that. I said, Mom, you'll buy me As We Lay. She like, what you know about that song? It wasn't until I got older I realized the words was a cheating song.
Yeah.
But I'm 8, 7. I'm
But
like, Mama,
what was happening to you?
I felt it.
You felt it.
I'm like, ooh, whatever she's singing, but she mean it.
It was a sonic
Yeah.
that resonated with you that at the time you didn't understand was actually giving birth to to what you would ultimately be, right?
Yeah.
I tell everybody all the time, like, I didn't get as much as I was in church and from Reverend James Cleveland and all of these things that we were singing and junior choir, all that stuff was great, and I had to do it. We had to do it.
You had to do it.
But I didn't get captivated with music. It didn't captivate me or stop me in my tracks until I'm walking past the TV and a Charlie Brown's Christmas is playing. Grandma's gone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
What is that?
what is that?
Yeah.
And what is it doing to me?
I feel it.
Yeah.
And that was the start of me like being obsessed with music because that was the first thing I obsessed about, trying to play the songs in the Charlie Brown Christmas.
It's crazy. You don't know when music or how it gonna hit you.
Yeah. I think for me it was Sideshow.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Step right on me.
Yeah.
That was like
Can't afford to pass me. Oh, Lord.
Man,
Yeah,
what
man.
a song.
That
Oh,
was
what a
like-
song.
I was like, what?
What is that?
What is that?
What is
You know
that?
what I'm
That
saying?
falsetto?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that was my first one.
Yeah.
That really caught me. That was like, okay, I like this.
They're like this, yeah.
This
That's
feels-
fire too.
That's a
As we laid,
fire one.
that song, those are songs that like I remember them songs. Like I remember being somewhere with those songs, like vividly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
we were living on a street called Salinas. Salinas Street in Hunters Point.
Wow.
Third Street.
Hunters Point.
Yeah. To this day, I just remember.
Put you right back there.
yeah.
Put you right there. That's what
That's what
music
music's supposed to
supposed to
do.
do, though. It's supposed to put you
Time
in
stamp
that
it.
place. It's
Bam.
supposed to time stamp.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, Mama buy you Shirley Murdoch?
She did.
Yeah,
And I played it out.
yeah.
Oh, man, that Shirley Murdoch, boy, she could sing, boy. So she bought me that Shirley Murdoch, man, and
Was she the first Faith Evans?
man.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think about it. That vocal
Yeah.
tone was very unique.
And
Yeah.
she was not
cold,
holding
but
back.
On Computer
No, she's
Love,
getting
the
to
vocals
it.
on Computer Love,
She was
Yeah.
not
She was
holding
getting
back.
to it.
going crazy.
Eating.
It going crazy.
Yeah, Shirley Murdoch is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're in elementary school,
Yeah.
probably out of elementary school now,
Yeah.
but you have been exposed to the Too Short,
Yes, sir.
the Winans,
Yes, sir.
Two Live Crew,
Yeah.
Shirley Murdoch,
Yeah.
New Edition,
Yeah.
Before fifth grade.
before fifth grade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
When does it inspire you to actually do something of your own, something original from yourself?
What happened was this right here, right? So Atlanta has a very rich talent show culture. And the skate ring culture. So all these acts, everybody eventually seen come out of here from TLC, from Criss Cross to ABC, from even Jermaine Dupri, Dallas House of Organized Noise. All of us used to be at these skating rinks. It was skating rinks and a talent show culture.
Okay.
So ultimately what happened was ABC hit. When ABC hit, that was one of the first groups in our age bracket to hit. ABC hit with Aisha. Ooh. And we found out the producer from Atlanta, Dallas, they were signing Michael Bivins. You know Michael Bivins on fire right here. Yeah. You know, Michael Bivins the first like puff and all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So he on fire. So after ABC hit, the next group was Criss Cross. What happened was they put out the press release that Criss Cross got discovered in the mall by Jermaine Dupri. So that made every young person in Atlanta, we went to the mall every weekend around the mall singing and rapping.
Yeah.
We was getting kicked out of Lennox.
Yeah.
Go to Greenbrier, go to South, wherever. We was going to the mall because we like, this how Criss Cross did it. What was so crazy about Criss Cross, I went to school with light-skinned Chris, brother and sister. Jennifer and Looney.
Wow.
Light-skinned Chris, Jennifer and Looney went to school with me. He was like a year too younger, but they had hit by the time he supposed to come to high school. So I went. So we all seeing everybody. We were like, man. And at the same time, LaFace moved down here. Come on, LaFace moved down here. So you get ABC, go bam. They would BFT in Dallas. Boom, he on. Criss Cross. Boom, Jermaine on. Oh man, LaFace moved here. Atlanta. Boom. So it's talent shows everywhere. It's groups everywhere. And it just so happened I was in 8th grade, and one of the people I went to 8th grade high school with, what's up, G-Rock? What's up? They from Allen Temple. They from Adamsville, my neighborhood. They end up getting them a deal. And their manager, who ended up getting them the deal, was JoJo and Dave. They was like the biggest street guys in Atlanta. And they happened to be Jeezy cousins. Later on, that's how I met Jeezy through them. So Atlanta small like that.
Yeah.
So this like 90, 91 or something. We kids, and he like, man, look, we just got us a deal. They 12 and 13. We just got us a deal with Capital. You know, JoJo and Dave, our manager, they want another singing group, man. They want another singing group. Go get some of them lame ass niggas you in the choir with. It's exactly what he said. What? This is exactly what he said. Man, go get some of them lame ass niggas you in the chorus with.
But don't tell the truth.
Yeah, go get some of them lame ass niggas you in the chorus with, bitch, y'all, and y'all go do a demo. I'm like, what's a demo? So he said, okay.
Because at this point, the neighborhood know you sing.
Well,
everybody
because
know
you know
sing.
in school, once you start doing stuff in school now, you know it's gonna start spreading. So then they know that little fat Jasper who be singing.
Yeah.
Little fat Jasper.
Yeah, you know how they doing it. They describe it by whatever. That little fat Jasper, they be singing. You know what I'm saying? So
Lil has been a thing for a long time.
you know what I'm saying? That little fat Jasper, they be singing. So they know. So that's why he like, man, they on the group.
Because little is like, it's endearing, but it's also disrespectful.
Yeah, all that.
It's everything.
It's also dismissive.
Yeah.
It's everything.
But it's like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
It's my guy.
All of those
All
things.
that. So that
you got that little card
So
there, right?
that's how they
You got that
describe
little
it.
card
Oh, that
there.
little fat Jasper, that be singing.
Yeah.
And so we put the group together, man. And from then on, when I put the group together with the guys, we had a group. We had a group now. So we just was like, okay, well, they just thug it out. So we started doing the talent shows and all that stuff too. And we didn't win not one talent show because 112 won all of them. And their group name was Forte. They won every talent show.
They won every one.
112 could sing like that when they was 12 and 13, man.
And it was the four guys.
Quintus wasn't in the group yet. Quintus was actually in another group. But it was Slim, it was Deron, it was Mike, and they had a bass. You remember when Boys and Men came out, every group had to have a bass.
Yeah,
Everybody had to have a bass.
Yeah.
So they had to do it with a deep voice in the group. But they was singing like that, I promise to God, when we was 13 to 12, 13 to 14. They was singing like that. They was called Forte back then. And they like from the Southside. They actually from the same neighborhood Young Thug from. Like 112 from like Jonesboro South and all of that. So they from over there.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So but them boys could sing, man. And they won we could never beat them. But all of a sudden, everybody out of them talent show, they started getting signed and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because then everybody started coming down. I'll never forget when 112 got their deal, we was like, oh my God. I seen Slim one time in the hood at the store. He said, boy, we just shot a video. We in New York with Puff Daddy. I said, what? He said, boy, we shot a video. Wait till y'all see this.
We shot a video.
We seen that video. We say, oh, it's really for real.
Yeah.
Because everybody out of our whole generation, everybody was getting signed. First of all, Escape got, Jermaine signed. They got put on.
Yeah.
So every last one of them groups, everybody knew each other. Or one person in the group because everybody was getting signed.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy.
That's Motown.
Yeah,
That's
like
Motown.
they got like when they came down here, they plugged in, man. I promise to God, you could go around back then and you'll see all of that. Like any rapper that ever made it out of here, I knew him way before they was I knew him since we was like elementary school or high school or something.
Were you guys doing original music?
See, what happened was my brother and them. See, I had older brothers and cousins, so by default they was management because they was old enough with the cars and driving us around, so they used to take us to the shows and stuff. So we used to go they used to pay for us to rent studio time. They was in the streets and doing all kind of stuff, so they had the little money. They'll go pay for studio time to sing and stuff. And I remember we used to buy studio time, and I remember we was like, man, our group, we was all kind of like arts kids because we could play and sing and stuff. We was like, man, instead of paying, they giving us whack songs. We could sing our own whack songs. That's our only thing. Like, instead of paying for these demos, we could do our own wax songs.
Yeah.
If they're going to be terrible, we might as well sing our own terrible songs.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what made us doing it, because we could already play and all that kind of
So
stuff.
by this time you hadn't written anything.
No, we haven't. We wasn't really writing. We only started writing songs for real, because we wanted to have our songs for a demo. Because we was paying other people to do songs, and they was wax. So we was like, we might as well. Because, the first demo, we were doing covers.
Gotcha.
How you go in there, you make they'll redo tracks for you for demos. So when we started getting more mature, and we're like, well, man, we kind of want to do our own songs. We started trying to get people to do their songs. We were like, well, man, we might well right now. We could play pianos and sing and all of that. We could do that. If they terrible, at least
And
they are terrible.
what's the name of your group at this point?
Name of our group was Pure Bliss.
Pure Bliss.
We got that from a Cool J song we did with Boys to Men, swimming on the X's of Pure Bliss. We said that's our name right there. Pure Bliss. We got it from the Hey Lover song with Cool J. Pure Bliss. We had to have it.
After Beth.
You better know it.
This sound like a strong shade.
Pure Bliss. And we thought we was so dope, man. Them songs, let me tell you, we thought we was so dope. I went back and listened to them songs one day. I said, man, no wonder nobody want to sound. This is terrible.
Hey, listen, man. I've had that moment with myself where I listened to some old shit I was doing. I was like, that nigga was trash.
Terrible, man. And we was so psyched out, though, that I remember we did this one show one time, right? We had a showcase, and this dude seen the show. He like, listen, I don't know about those songs, but y'all can perform real good. We said, oh, that nigga lame in here. That nigga don't know nothing. Man, what? Them songs ain't right. Man, you lame as hell. We were crazy psyched out some little Atlanta nigga, right? We like, man, you crazy. These songs hard. Man, them songs was terrible.
And he was trying to be nice.
He was trying to give us some good direction.
Just a little game. Just
niggas
fix
don't
your
be wanting
song.
to hear
Hey, we were like, man,
you tripping.
you tripping. You can't hear this?
So did you emerge out of all of that as like
Well, see,
the premier guy? Like,
but see, I wouldn't know. See, because for real, I ain't really no singer like that. I want to be real with you. I'm more of a stylist. I just want to put on some clothes and look like I'm in BBD or something, and put everybody together. I could write the songs, I could play, I could do all that, but I ain't dying to sing. Like, I ain't one of them ones I got to sing. Oh, no, nigga, you sing, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be over here styling or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be over here in the back when they say, "Go, big boy, go, big boy." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the big boy hunch and all that. I'm gonna go over here and crank the crowd up.
If y'all see Jasper in the street, just start yelling, "Go big boy."
Yeah, go big boy. That was my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
So what happened was, so eventually, through all of these things, we finally meet. We get the management. Our management just having a studio. Through going through rent studios, we met our management, dude named Leonard. So he happened to have a studio. So at this studio one day, this lady come in. And he said, man, y'all need to come meet this lady. It was a lady named Joyce Irby. I'm going to tell y'all who Joyce Irby is. She was the lead singer.
I'm going to let you tell it, but I know.
She the lead singer of the group Climax. Mm-hmm. So the song, The Me and All Pause and I Miss You and all of that, she came up with Babyface and all of them. She came over there to run some studio time one day. And he said, y'all need to meet her. She in the business. She also discovered Dallas Austin.
Yep.
Oh, wow, okay.
So to put it all together, so we come meet her one day and she like, oh, y'all, we did our songs or whatever. She's like, y'all wrote them songs? We like, yeah. She like, I'm going to help y'all get a deal. But this is what I want to do too. I want to help y'all. Need to help me find another group that's a little bit younger than y'all. I'm gonna get y'all a deal, and then we're gonna put a group together for some guys. Because by this time we was out of high school. We like one of us was still in high school, but I had just graduated, so we were like 18, 17, all of us still teens. And she was like, "We gonna go put a younger group together, and then I'm gonna help get y'all a deal. Then I'm gonna get another group a deal." Well, in the process, us getting us a deal, she said, "Y'all help me find another young group too." She goes in the yearbook. She goes in the yellow pages and say, "Okay," I say, "My auntie church got 2 little boys that can sing." And she's like, "You gonna go get them?" We like, "Yeah, we went to the church and got them 2 little boys." She said, "I'm gonna find somebody else." She went through her yellow pages and she was going through the alphabets. And the first, let me call this elementary school. She called the first elementary school she could find, Avondale Elementary, east side of Atlanta. She was like, "I'm looking for kids that can sing." And the principal was like, "Well, I think I got one person who would be perfect for y'all." She like, "Okay, I'm gonna go meet him." So she goes and meets the little boy. She calls and said, "Look, I think I found our star. Meet me tonight at the Red Lobster on Candler Road down the street from South DeKalb Mall." Yeah. I'll never forget this. You know, we driving by this point, we 18, whatever, 19. She like, "Meet me at the Red Lobster." Anybody from Atlanta, y'all know this Red Lobster by South DeKalb Mall on the east side of Atlanta, Candler Road. We meet. We walk in the building. The first thing this little boy run up on me and say, "You sang, shout it." And the boy started singing, "I Believe I Can Fly." It was Lloyd.
Get out of here.
He was 10. I said, "What's this little curly hair boy?" He was already I'm talking about the first thing he ran up on me. The first thing he said, "Yeah, you can sing, shout it." I could sing. And he started singing, "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly. I'm like, I don't know who this little boy is, a star. Yeah. She said, "You like him?" I said, "Oh." Ever since then, me and him, we've been tight. So then we start actually writing the demos for the young group. We put them with the 2 little boys we found at the church. Mm-hmm. And then she ended up, they got a deal quicker than us. So, but at that point, she had us writing their demos. Yeah. This when I found out songwriting was a real job. Because she like, "Listen, Jasper, the Lord likes you, so you're going to sit here with him and you're going to write his verses and you're going to teach him how to sing the songs and whatever." I'm like, "Okay. This going to get us a record deal too?"
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's all. At this point, that's all you know is record deals.
Yeah.
We want a video.
Man, I want to be on BET. Man, I want to be on BET Black Star Power. Yeah. All I care about, man, we get a video.
Yeah.
And she like, "Yeah, y'all gonna get a video. They gonna get." I'm like, "Cool." So she put low on me, so we end up doing this demo. By this time, we working so close together, he become my little brother. Yeah. So he young at this point. He 10. So since that point, we always been together. So his group get a deal, we get a deal. We never got no video.
Never got your video.
He got his video though.
He got a few of them.
That group, they got a lot of them.
He got a few of them.
So, and you know, through that whole process, and that's how me and him ended up being so tight.
So when he came out as an artist, in the beginning, he came out with a group first.
He was with a group called In Tune.
I remember that group.
Yeah, that was Lloyd's lead singer of that group. Yeah.
I think I knew that. I think I did know
and
that.
Tricky and them did their first song, and Candy wrote it. They did a song called Ready. And what was so crazy was, in the midst of us doing their demo, she called us again. She called, "Look, I got another little guy. I don't know if I want him to be in the group or I want him solo. I'm finna go bring him down." She went and got this other little guy and brought him down. And she was like, "Nah, he gonna be solo because I can get 2 separate deals." That little guy was Sammy.
Oh yeah, she was moving.
So now
she was finding them though too.
Finding them.
And then
Stars.
She had signed Dallas at this point. So you have by now Dallas is super producer.
She signed Dallas.
But
too.
they had little issues or whatever. But they worked it out. But under the one conditions was when she found her acts and her groups, Dallas was gonna do songs on them. You got to realize at this point, Dallas is the biggest producer in the world.
Yeah.
He doing TLC, ABC. He doing Boys to Men. This back when you selling Diamond Records, and he right now producing the songs. He got a real studio. This one having a real studio meant something for real. Even though it still means something, it's just different back then.
Yeah.
And so she brought us all over to Dallas. He started working on Lloyd album, and he say, "But I'm gonna sign Sammy solo." But Lloyd already had his deal.
Lloyd had a solo deal too.
No, Lloyd had an album with his group.
With the group, okay.
So Dallas working on a group album, and he like, "But I'm gonna sign Sammy solo," because that way she didn't have to put Sammy in the group with Lloyd. She let Lloyd keep being the lead singer. She like, "I'm gonna get a whole nother budget with Sammy."
She moving.
She's wiggling.
And through all this process, that's when I meet Dallas. And Lloyd, I used to write all Lloyd songs, so Lloyd used to tell Dallas, "Man, my friend gonna come and write my songs with me."
Yeah.
And that was me. So Lloyd keep bringing me to the studio. "Dallas, my friend gonna come write my songs with me." And so I ended up getting signed to Dallas at that point, dark.
Oh,
But she put all us together.
Oh man, shout out to Joyce.
Shout out Joyce.
Jeez.
She worked
to
one.
Joyce.
Shout out Leonard too, because Leonard, he put us, Leonard Watkins and Joyce Urban, it was like crazy. And what was so crazy, what ended up happening was Sammy, even though we started working on him way later, because it was like a year and a half of us working on Lloyd demos with his group. And when her finding Sammy and thinking about putting him in the group, Dallas had just got his new label deal. So he like, I'm going to put Sammy out fast. So he did one song. The first song he did on Sammy was I Like It. That's the very first song they ever recorded. And Dallas, this one I know when you on the road, this one I know you could call your shots. He told us, he said, I'm going to write Sammy single tonight. That man went in that room and wrote it. And he said, I'm going to have this out in 3 months. Man, that thing was out in 3 months, and that thing was on fire. I said, man, this how it go.
Not for everyone.
This how, for real. I'm like, this how it go. So at that point, I'm around everything. I'm in it. You know what I mean? In Dallas, he rocked with me. He took me on. He signed me. You know what I'm saying? He let me be around the studio every day, all day. Taught me how to make it be right, the production and right. Because you don't really know what you're doing until you see people who actually really do it
on the level though.
Yeah, because we used to sit by records and be like, how do you make the voices sound like that?
Yeah.
It sound like a million people singing.
Yeah.
We didn't know about no stacks. Like, how they get their drums like that? We didn't know you had to go sample. The things you do to get the production right.
Yeah.
So he let me be around him when he was the top producer and get all that game up. Price's game, Dallas. What up, DA?
Yeah.
Shout out Dallas.
For real, man. And so from that point, we was all in the game.
One of the goats.
One of the goats, for real,
sure.
for real.
Yeah, for sure.
For real, for real. I'm talking about 100%.
Special cloth.
I'm talking about 100%.
Early though too. Like,
Early. When people didn't even really know what that meant.
We didn't even know. We didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know those levels.
You didn't even know.
We didn't know. It was mystical to us.
You didn't know. You like.
He was like a deity. He's like, I guess that's what Jesus does.
Man, for
No,
real.
I would just always hear DARP.
Yeah,
Boy.
exactly.
It was a special place.
Exactly.
I'd never been there before, but I would hear it. I'm on the whole other side of the country.
Thank God it wasn't on Instagram back then.
That was the Lord's
Thank
doing.
God it wasn't on Instagram back then, boy.
The Lord didn't want no
Hey,
Instagram
man.
back then.
Hey, man.
We needed to learn differently.
Hey,
We
man,
need to
I'm
be
gonna
able.
tell you.
We needed to be able to recover.
I seen it all quick, fast. I'm talking about on the highest level. I said, okay,
Yeah.
I see what's going on.
Because it's something different to see it. But then to actually be able to touch it.
That's different when
Like,
you're there.
Yeah, like right now they're getting to see things
when you
around the world.
Oh, yeah.
They're not touching all these things around the world.
They're not touching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Sammy is your first release.
Well, see, Sammy actually was the first release because he put it out quick. Yeah, Dallas put the album
But
out
so
quick.
you start writing on the early Sammy stuff too.
Yes,
with
because
Dallas.
I was doing Sammy and Lloyd. Because we was all under the same lady, Joyce Urban.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned really how to write for other people because I really learned on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I practiced a whole long time on Lloyd, but when I got with Sammy, I had pretty much polished it up, and Dallas was ready to put the album out fast.
And Sammy's what, 10, 11
Sammy
as well?
about 12 right there too.
Yeah.
11 to 12.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So if you go look at Sammy's first videos, you see Lloyd and all of them in there because we all was part of the same crew.
Gotcha.
We was all signed to the same lady, you know what I mean, managing us all and putting us all with Dallas and all of that. And so when Sammy blew up, then now we working. And then at that point,
Did they let you in any of the videos? Are you in any? Because I'm waiting for you to get in your video.
Man, I never got in them video. I ain't started to later really getting them video. Man, I wanted a video. I'm telling you, man, that what it was, man. I signed my first deal. I ain't need no lawyer. Do we get a video?
Wait, you do need a lawyer.
It was terrible. I should have had one.
He just wanted a video.
Man, I wanted a video, man. I ain't even.
video.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna put no.
If they say we don't get you a video,
I ain't even gonna put no cap on it.
Give me that paperwork.
I ain't no cap, dog. All I was thinking about, man, if we get a video on BET, we gonna be rich.
That's it.
That's all. At least we gonna be famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure the rest out.
You said you've been in some videos though.
Well, later, you know what I'm saying. But it was after I understood what certain, but
I
I ain't
was
never.
gonna say. Jay got a video coming up. We put you in Jay's video.
You can put you in jail.
Oh yeah, Jay, my man, right? Hey, you shoot the video, Jay?
I have to.
I'm a bomb rusher set. You know how folks just come steal cameos. Y'all remember the steal cameo days?
The still cameo day.
You like, man, what he doing? Is that? What is he even? She part of the song or something?
You know we shooting a video,
Shoot the
right?
video. Yeah, keep shooting. Just shoot.
That was serious business, boy. You getting
No,
cameos.
For real.
So what was your first hit record?
Man, the first record that I'd probably say was a real hit that I was a part of probably was Christina Aguilera, Dirty.
That was the first, what?
Yeah, so I didn't know nothing. Like, you know, we was writing, we were around everybody, but I didn't even really know. I used to always wonder why everybody wants singles. Cause you know,
So before that, you had some album cuts.
Yeah, I had a bunch of album cuts. You know, placements. You know, we did the Sammy album. They ended up going real good. And then I worked on Nivea album. That went real good. I had a couple.
Nivea.
Nivea. You know what I'm saying? What up, Nivea?
Yeah.
So we ended up around people around. I was doing a bunch of songs, and and shout out to Ryan Glover from Noontime.
My God.
He gave me my first beat check. I couldn't believe it.
Oh.
Brian, so you know, you don't know how much beats you sell beats for. You don't know none of that. You just going and doing it. I gotta give him a shot because for real, I didn't understand. I called Ryan, say one day he come to the studio, he like, you did this beat? I like, yeah. He like, okay, how much you gonna charge me for it? I say, man, I don't even know. I'm gonna be real with you, man. How much y'all buying these for, man? You know what I'm saying?
How much y'all buying
these beats for? Ryan say, listen, I hope this ain't fronting him out too much, but Ryan know how we get down. Ryan say, listen, I'm going to tell the label you charge $15,000, I'm going to give you 10. I say, run it.
Run it!
Run it, man. Run it. You finna give me this for
Listen, my brother.
It took me 5 minutes.
You ain't saying nothing but what's right.
Hey, man. I say, Ryan.
Sometimes you got to give to get.
Hey, man, all I knew, that man said, listen, I'm going to tell the label you charge $15,000, you're going to get $10,000. I said, yes.
I've had plenty of deals.
Hey, man.
Where I got...
Ain't nothing wrong with the kickback.
Where the invoice said 30 and I got 25.
Yes.
I'm going to put mine on top.
Hey, put mine on top. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I start really, you know, I'm in it now. You know,
So
I'm
now you charge $15,000.
Yeah, now my beats out $15,000.
That's your floor.
Yeah, Ryan Glover told me that.
Ryan Glover, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He already bought two.
Yeah. You know
You
what
would
I'm
have sold it
saying?
for $1,500 though.
Yeah,
But they might have got it $500. I didn't know. All I knew
and
it take
some
me
Red
5 minutes.
Lobster.
Hey, some Red
What's
Lobster.
the street?
It's gone. Gone.
Yeah, what's the street that Red Lobster on?
Candler Roll.
Nigga, 500 and some Red Lobster.
Yeah.
You too can have a beat.
Yeah, man. For real. So I was getting a little bit of placement, but I still didn't really understand the value of a hit song.
Yeah.
And really, man, the Christina Aguilera Dirty song, that really just came off, man, for real. I ain't even act like, man, like, it was because I'm dope. She really just used to like hang around because, you know, we having fun in the studio. Woo-woo. She came down to Atlanta, and this was, she was still the pop princess.
Yeah.
She came down here and got caught up in it. She said,
He got caught up in it.
She got caught up in it. Next thing you know, she said, I'm going to name my album Dirty. You like, what?
Oh yeah, she's feeling it.
She turned into that, and then she said, "I want to rock wild." This what she said. Now this one I know superstars call their plays.
Yeah.
She say the red man and Method Man video was on TV. She said, "I need a beat like that." She got her management, Irvin Azoff, call Rock Wilder. Rock Wilder sent her a pack of beats, and she listened to them. She's like, "This gonna be my single." She flew back to L.A. She called me like when she got back to L.A. Like, "Come out here. Tell my head just the vibe. I got the beat. I know it's gonna be my single." Man, really, she didn't even really need me on. Really, we were out there hanging. Belewa, what's up, Belewa? Belewa had pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Belewa had done laced that thing up, and I walk in now. That's when I first met Belewa.
Yeah.
And Belewa like, oh, she got enough. But he figured I was cool. He was like, man, come on in and finish this bridge and woo woo woo.
Yeah.
Man, next thing I know, man, she had a video in 3 weeks. I'm like, this that level.
Oh, yeah, that's moving.
Yeah.
This that level.
Yeah.
Man, she called a shot, man, and that Dirty came out, man, and it did what it did. And that's when I found out what those performance royalties was like. This when I figured out what BMI ASCAP was for.
Oh yeah.
I never knew. I was signed up to BMI, but I didn't know what it was for.
Right.
Everybody just say you got to be signed to BMI ASCAP. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I figured out why. Oh, this why you want some singles.
Yeah.
When they start collecting money all over the world.
This how you make money?
All over the world.
I say, this makes sense. Because, you know, you hear people arguing over singles and hearing people like, I want the single. I ain't never know why.
Why?
Now I knew why. So Dirty was probably the first record I was a part of with everybody involved that really I understood that was like, okay, that's kind of a hit. Yeah, that's kind of a hit right there.
Do the phone calls get different after that?
Yeah, well, the thing about this, y'all know how this industry works. If you just even attach to anything that looks a certain kind of way, people gonna call you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they just gonna call you because they got their version of whatever that is and they want something like that or whatever. So the phone calls come, man, can you come work with this and work with that? So yeah, it definitely helped.
But you become part of the conversation where it's like, okay, this guy can deliver a hit
Yeah,
record.
he ain't gonna make us look bad.
And they're always going to give you a shot
He ain't gonna give me a shot.
to get in those rooms.
So when you got your performance royalties.
Talk
Yeah.
to him. Talk to him.
I mean, because I see, you know,
Oh yeah.
you got your drip on.
Oh, yeah,
and those type of things.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
Probably a whole bunch of ugly drip. Probably and a bunch of Chicken Wing Cheesecake Factory and probably a bunch of ugly old clothes. Y'all know how I go.
I'm not mad at the Cheesecake
And
Factory.
back then,
I'm not mad at you.
and back then we was a strip club heavy.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So
which
that's
one,
what
which one was you in?
Oh my God! Well, we was at the Magic City. We was at the Blue Flame. Well,
Come on
we was
now.
at the Gentleman Club. Man, we did the Atlanta
GC
run. Oh, the
GC used
GC.
to
Oh
be.
my God! Yeah, man.
GC
So
used to.
you put some girls through college.
Man, you know what? I don't know if I did that much, but I sure might have helped them eat for a week or two
Yeah.
and had some good times.
Yeah.
I sure have. I wasn't spending that much money.
Oh, you didn't go crazy. Okay.
Nah,
all
because
right.
you know this before it make it rain, so we was still piecing them off.
So BMF hasn't.
Nah,
they haven't
nah,
come to
nah,
Atlanta
nah.
at this
No,
point
you
yet.
could $40 still went a long
Yeah, a
way.
long way. It meant something, man.
You could still flip your money
Yeah, we
over
sitting there
and keep
piecing it off,
counting
man.
Yeah.
We having us a girlfriend for the night.
Yeah.
Come on
Yeah.
over here.
Back then,
these
$100, $100 really meant
Oh
something.
man, and I wasn't scared to give him at least 400. That wasn't then.
400?
400, boy, that was like, oh my God. Yeah, man.
You was in there.
I was in there. We pissing them off, boy. Ooh. Some club $5 table dance. It was some 10, but man, we had some good times. Oh man, Shooter's Alley. Yeah.
Are you having a real flashback?
Oh yeah, man. You know, we was living it. We was in it. Yeah,
What year is this?
This about 2003 and 4.
Yeah. Because I was down here, because you said noontime, I was down here early
Man.
in 98.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Noontime.
I remember. I'm gonna tell you the first time I heard of you. I'm at the studio. This when I first signed to Dallas. JQ come busting in the studio and say,
JQ.
"Hey man, I just met the most incredible singer in the world. He finna take over." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Man, they call him Tank." Listen,
they call him
I'm
Tank.
telling. He said, "Man, he better than all us." JQ like, "Man, this man incredible." I say, "Like that?" He said, "Man, listen, what I'm telling you, man."
Yeah.
He said, "This guy Tank, man, he's incredible." And that's the first time I heard about you. And he was
That's
like, "Man, wait till
crazy.
y'all hear these songs."
Yeah.
Because he was working at noontime a lot. He came around the
crazy.
corner. He was like, "Man, wait till y'all hear this dude, man. Wait till y'all hear
I
him."
used to be at noontime every day.
Yeah.
With Scants.
Yes. These
With
scans.
Finzel.
Oh, Finzel, Teddy Bishop.
Teddy Bishop.
B-Cox.
B-Cox.
Yeah,
This
man.
is before B-Cox is
But he ain't blew up yet. He ain't got with them twins yet from Jagged and blew up
He's
yet.
still like tinkering around, and I'm like,
He got some.
okay. All right, because J-Dub is the guy. at the
Dub,
time.
J-Dub, show what he was on fire.
The original rock star.
Yes, he was on fire.
Fire!
Oh my God. He was going crazy out here.
Fire!
He was going crazy out here.
And that's when I first met the twins.
Wow.
And then B. Cox was like, man, you got to come over, see JD spot. And Jermaine Dupri. I'm like, Jermaine Dupri?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'd go over, they used to go over to Jermaine Dupri
Yeah,
spot.
over that Southside,
and
yeah.
beat the twins in basketball. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah,
we'll
when
see,
they had the court.
if Jagged is, when
Oh, yeah, you know them
I don't know if they
twins.
want to talk about that story.
They don't want to talk about you.
Why are we talking about J-Dub, though?
Yeah.
Let's get this out. Me and Tank did not know each other at this point, and he is not saying this J in the beginning of Slowly. People,
First of all, they think it's you.
think it's
Oh,
me,
oh, yeah.
and they
And
think
they
it's
think it's Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
It's J-Dub.
J-Dub.
it's J-Dub.
The
That's
great.
It's like,
crazy.
come on, Jay.
That dude.
Because J-Dub played every instrument
He was
That
on
dude
that
is
song
special.
He was going crazy.
in his drawers.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
I don't know why,
that man was out there wilding.
but that's where he found the vibe.
the P-Funk.
He
Yeah.
found the
phone.
Hey, listen,
found
man.
it in his drawers.
That's where he found the
Listen,
phone.
He didn't. When he played the track for me, I said, well, where's the session for? He said, I lost it.
What?
And back then, losing a session
That
is
was
way.
it? How you gonna do the song?
Yeah.
Nigga, that's
Off that?
a 2-track.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
a 2-track
Keep it
off
going.
CD.
Well, we got to do it. What we got?
They used
off
to
CD.
never do that back then.
I said, whatever.
Slowly is a 2-track off
That's
of a
amazing.
CD.
2-track off CD. I said, there's no way you can reproduce this.
And y'all bouncing down the 2-track, or did y'all do it in Pro Tools?
I sang this on. This might have been the first song I sang in Pro Tools.
That's crazy.
Slowly might be the first song I sang in Pro Tools.
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, because everything else before that was 2-inch.
Tracks
or
ain't
ADAT.
separated, nothing.
The ADAT.
No separate tracks on Slowly. That's a
Man,
2-track.
you know how amazing that mix had to be on that CD for you to be able to use it like that?
He wasn't gonna be able to do that again.
Ever.
I said, I don't care. I don't care if it's peaking. I don't care what the imperfections
You ain't
are.
gonna be able to do
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
We rode around L.A.
Bunny.
in his Benz.
Yeah.
With them low and hard rims on for a week listening to that track. Eating that P.F. Chang's.
P.F. Chang's, oh man.
Having apple martinis.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Borrowing money from Flint. Big homie
Shout
giving
out
us
my
cash.
OG Flint, man.
Giving us big paper to look good in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, noontime was like
It's crazy, man.
that moment right there, like that was so needed for me to be.
But you weren't a part of Noontime.
I wasn't a part of Noontime, so what happened was, it just so happened that the first time I used to see him around the city all the time. What up, Noonie? You know what I'm saying?
My guy.
What up, Noonie? What up, Chris? You know, I used to see him around the city all the time, but they had started popping off with their producers.
Yeah.
So I used to go over there. I was trying to write.
Right,
so they'll try to link their producers up. They'll bring DAT tapes with beats on there. And so, but when I started doing the beats, that's when Ryan came and started buying them from me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but we used to always go around each other and be around each other all the time.
What was you making your beats on? MPC?
Man, MPC 2000 XL.
Yeah.
A good old
Oh,
Triton.
you started at 2000 XL?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Little Triton. Triton's nice.
Yeah, the Triton, I had the Triton, and then I had them, what that module was that had our Planet Fats.
Planet Fat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planet
all that.
Fat. What's that other one? The 1080. I had
It was
XP
really
1080.
like the starter studio producer pack that
Yeah.
everybody, when you be like, yo, I want to start, bro, they're
That's
like,
what you
okay,
had.
you need NS10s.
Yep,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
need,
Yeah, no, it's
you
a
need
pack.
an MPC.
It's a
Yeah.
pack. It's a pack.
Get Planet Fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Orbit.
full-
Orbit.
Orbit,
Yeah.
It's
All
a real
that.
thing. It's
So
a real
that's-
thing.
That we started on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the kit.
What made you feel like you could produce? Like that's what I want to ask you, because you had your writing on. What made you think, you know what? I can figure this production out. That somebody giving you the information, like how you said Dallas kind of brought you in and just showed you the ropes.
Yeah.
Was it from him, or who was that from?
Definitely him, because for real, the first time, so when I first met Dallas, the first thing I did was play songs on piano and sang the songs to him. That's why he wanted to sign me. Like, oh, you're 100%.
God.
So he like, oh, you don't really need nobody.
Yeah.
But I wasn't all the way good on the beats yet.
Okay.
But what happened was, he let me sit around him and he let me sit around the studio. Then I really learned by watching everybody how they did the beats. Then I had a roommate at the time who had got an MPC 2000, Jeff, and he was an intern at the studio. So he was my roommate, so I practiced at home with him. And then, but I knew I could produce, because for real, the reason I started getting placement was because the producers could give me the track and I produced everybody's vocals. And I could make people sound good. And I learned early on, if you can get artists to sound good, they'll always want to work with you.
Yeah.
And it was harder to do back then. You know, you had to really vocal produce back then.
Yeah.
So every artist used to, so the producers started being like, Jasper gonna write my songs, because they ain't got to sit there with me and produce it. I'm a vocal producer, I'm gonna do it all. And so then after that, it's like, man, I can already play. I can already vocal produce. All I gotta do is learn how to work this MPC the right way, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so that's what I did. I practiced on the MPC for a little while, and then I'm like, okay, my ears put it all together, start fine tuning it, and then I started making beats. And man, they gonna buy these beats. Okay, well, they must be good enough.
Yeah.
Gonna pay money for these beats? Okay, cool.
Did the beat that you sold, did it ever come out?
It
Or
never came out.
Just got your check, though?
I just got my check.
Your front end.
My front. Now I got
You got the full 10? You got
Yep,
the full
I
10
got the
down?
full 10.
Nice.
He gave me the full 10. Yep.
That's how it was back then, though.
Yeah, he gave me the full.
yeah.
He's
He
getting the
gave
full
me the
check.
full thing. It wasn't even on front and back.
Because he needed his 5.
Yeah,
so
because he needed hit 5. And I ain't mad at him.
push that through.
Yeah, man, push it on through. So it never even came out on that artist. It never even came out. And then after that, it started flowing.
Just snowball.
So you got Dirty going.
Yeah.
When does like the full run kick in? Where is it Lloyd that kicks it off for you?
Well, see, what happened with Lloyd, throughout this whole time, Lloyd always still with me.
Okay.
Lloyd ended up losing his group record deal.
Okay.
But Lloyd was an early preteen, but he was getting in trouble because Lloyd always been edgy, so he was getting in trouble in school. He was getting arrested and all that. So his mama was
Lloyd?
like, yeah. So Lloyd,
Lloyd.
Yeah, so Lloyd was like, he a little mischievous.
Lloyd.
So his mama,
He's a little mischievous.
yeah, so Lloyd, his mama used to be like, Jasper, let him come to the studio with y'all. So she'll send him to the studio with us. My brother and we'll go pick him up. He ain't with me and my brother and my cousin to keep him out of trouble. Just bring him to the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we started doing demos for him just because we just doing songs, and then he get a solo deal.
Yeah.
So by him when I sent out the songs we was doing, he ended up getting his solo deal.
Okay.
This was Magic Johnson though. This was Magic Johnson had his label.
Oh shit!
So
I
he was
remember
signed to
that.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But in the time we finished doing the album, none of the songs came out because Magic Johnson decided to cut his label off. Well, those same songs we had. So one day he in the studio and he was like, he just hanging with me every day at the studio. He just coming up beating me so he won't get in trouble.
So Magic didn't pay for the demo practically.
Yeah, he paid for a whole album. Oh, Magic didn't pay good
And
money.
then just let y'all go do your
let
thing
us
with
go
it.
do our thing. Let's rock out. So now we had an album that worth of good songs.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was he was in the Lloyd was in the studio hanging out every day with us. Lloyd was always mature for his age. So the girls.
But at this point, he's still a teenager.
He's still a teenager. He ain't number 15 or 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one day he Donnell Jones got a session. So Donnell Jones got a session at dark because Dallas used to rent out the studio.
Okay.
So Mark Pitts his A&R. So Mark Pitts come in and he see Lloyd because he see him. He a little young. He like a little hood dude. And he say, ask Lloyd, man, what you do? He say, man, I sing. Mark Pitts like, no way you sing.
No way you.
No
said.
way you sing. He like, I sing. He said, you got songs? So he said, Jasper. So I'm always in the studio. Where our songs at? So I said, I got our songs right here. So we go in the room. Mark Pitts heard them songs. Mark Pitts say, no way. Mark Pitts jumped on the phone, tried to call L.A. These same demo songs were the first songs Lloyd came out with, which was Hey Young Girl and Southside. All them songs Lloyd had, he was 15.
Shout out to Magic Johnson.
So Magic Johnson paid, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lloyd had Southside, he had Hey Young Girl and all that stuff, and the other songs I had did. So when Mark Pitts heard all them songs, Mark Pitts was like, man, we gotta sign you. So he called L.A. He set up a meeting for Lloyd to go to L.A. Go to meet with L.A. So Lloyd about 16 at this point. So Lloyd, he do the meeting. He was about to go to New York to do that meeting. I'm doing a real fast version of it.
Okay.
And so while he was up there supposed to do his meeting with L.A. Reid, Lloyd's attorney, Ron Sweeney, hits Irv Gotti. Hey, I got this young boy over here. He about to go meet with L.A. Reid. But you need to come see him. Before he go do that meeting with L.A. Reid, you need to come see this boy.
Murder Inc. is on fire.
Well, at this point, it's kind of it's iffy. This one 51st coming up.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it was like a little.
I thought he was okay.
Yeah,
he was,
but they had been on fire though. They were still the
Yeah,
biggest.
okay.
They were still like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when Lloyd went to New York, we was all sitting back at home like waiting to let us know how the L.A. Reid, because we gonna get us an L.A. Reid deal. You know what I mean? So he called me and said, "Hey, Jap, man, I'm at a Shanty Platinum party." I said, man, what you doing at a Shanty Platinum party? He said, man, Irv got it. I think Irv want to sign me. I said, Irv want to sign you? He like, yeah. And so we like, wow, we thinking he going to go sign to L.A. Reid. But Irv intercepted through Ron Sweeney, the lawyer, because he was Irv's lawyer too.
Yeah.
So Ron Sweeney put that call, Irv, come get him. So Irv, boom. So the next week, Irv fly down, because Irv couldn't believe, like, this young boy wrote these songs and all. He got all this music. Let me see if it's real.
Yeah.
So Irv fly down to meet all his friends, which is us and my cousin, and it's real. He like, oh, this what he around? Oh, he a little ghetto, little hood. Oh, he for real. Man, Irv shot that video so quick he moved Lloyd up. He took Lloyd up to New York to do about 5 or 6 more songs and shot that video he put a shanty on Southside. Because at first she wasn't on Southside, it was his cousin. He put a shanty on Southside and it was on. It was on for him.
Wow.
So them crazy
Hey
stuff.
Young Girl was my shit.
Yeah, so Lloyd had all them songs on. He did them songs 14, 15.
And you wrote those records too?
No, I didn't write them records. See, me, I was writing a lot of records with him, but he was going around doing records with everybody.
Okay.
So, really, I'm just with him all the time. So I'm just like, so I ended up writing on this album, though, like I ended up writing a bunch of songs on the album.
Okay.
And so what ended up happening, that first album came out, it did okay. But right after when the album came out, that's when Irv got hit with all that Fed stuff.
Yeah.
So Lloyd supposed to get ready to do his second album. Now this one it started to get spicy. Because we getting placements, we getting songs placed on there. We doing songs on everybody. I do song. I forgot to mention at the same time our other friend got signed, Ciara. So, she used to go on the road with Lloyd at sometimes to do the shanty part of Southside.
Yeah.
So, all of us used to
Wait, what?
Yeah, because, all of us was hanging around each other's same studio all day, all night. So, Cece...
This before she got her deal?
Yeah, it's right when she got her deal, because I worked with her before she got her solo deal. She was in the group, too. So, you got to think all of us meeting at the same time.
Yeah.
Her and Lloyd the same age. And so, around this time, like, after time Southside came out for Lloyd to start going, Goodies came out a couple of months later, and she shot out the roof. Bam!
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so Lloyd come around, he thinking like, okay, I got to do my new album. Her and them ain't got no budget. They don't got no label no more.
Oh, shit.
So we like, man, what we gonna do? So we like, all right, so we go in the studio and we cook up You. We dropped that by ourselves and put the money in radio by ourselves and blew you up.
So you was released independently?
Yes.
You knew that?
No.
Yes. But what ended, I'm gonna tell you the twist on it. What ended up happening, because we kept saying we need the budget for the new album, so we don't know what we're gonna do.
Right.
Everybody like, man, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We like, man, we gotta create some noise. Y'all know how I got the ideas, like when you go on that little dry spurt, like,
Yeah.
what we gonna do?
Yeah.
So we did you. Me, Big Reese, and Big Reese started you in Big Reese's basement. I'm like, Lord, we got something. Come sing it. Lloyd come to the studio. He sang it. And man, we like start hitting the streets with it. Groundswell go crazy. Boom. At the same time, we thinking Lloyd about to be out that deal. Because we thought it's like a...
No.
Yeah.
Not when he catch.
This one he got tricky. Because we thought because, it was a breach of contract.
Yeah.
Because, breach of contract, if certain things don't happen, you out the deal or whatever.
Yeah.
So that record started going crazy. Boom. This thing, labels start calling us like crazy.
That's our
Labels
record.
Labels start calling us like crazy. But that's when Irv popped back up. Wait a minute, you still in our deal. So we going through that like, nah, we ain't in that deal no more. Irv like, yes, y'all still in our deal.
Of course he's...
So Atlantic he had a big deal on the table with Atlantic. So he actually did the deal with Atlantic, but he couldn't even do it because Irv lawyers got involved and he got Universal and they went over their head like, nah, he's still in our paperwork. So we ended up having to put that Street Love album out with Irv.
Mm-hmm.
But we started that record independent ourselves. That was off the muscle.
What were all the records off that one?
Man, that's when he did You. And that started off, that's when he did Get It Shouted. That's when he had Players Prayer. That's when he had all that and all that. So all of them, you know what I mean, like, but
Yeah.
Oh, let me say something.
Nah, he had a ride.
That album?
Yeah.
No, he
That
had a
album?
ride.
Yeah, that
He had a
record right
ride.
there, that record right there, that put everybody kind of like,
When he sing them songs now on stage,
still
I'll
go
be
crazy. It worked out, but it was so much stuff in the midst of all that, man. It was, y'all know how this game go, boy. It was a whole bunch of, man, rolling the dice. Like,
So what's the real lyrics to you? She's fine too, or she's 5'2"?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. He don't always say, when I'm with him, he always say, ask him, he the one who did it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Back that particular time, we was in the strip club heavy.
Okay.
So y'all, of course, know when you in the strip club, certain girls claim you. They regulars, or they might like you, or woo, 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 woo.
Mm-hmm.
Until you don't know this, but they be in the locker room claiming guys, and they be fighting over guys and
know.
all that kind of stuff.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So one time we was at a strip club.
Yeah, that's, what is it, Marvin from Players Club? Is that what his name? Or what was his name? The nigga that followed
That's
Girl
not-
Home?
I don't
That
wanna-
is
I don't
you.
wanna be him.
That's you, bro.
Why gotta be
It's
him?
you, bro.
I don't want to be him.
I think it's Marvin, but go ahead.
I want to be somebody else.
So the strip club culture, a girl will claim you. A stripper might claim you like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know
So if you like
I've ever been claimed by a stripper. Not that I know.
you know,
but go
like,
ahead.
yeah, so you won't even know.
You
it.
don't know.
Until you try to maybe talk to another girl. And it was
And they
real-
have conversations. They have internal conversations.
You might
Is the
start
conversation that's my trick?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
not it ain't all.
You know, I'm from California, so we look at it a
In
little.
your lingo, that's exactly what's being said.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of them things that you might talk to a girl and she be like, well, I know you be talking to so and so, and you might,
Yeah.
and it's
What?
you talk to so and so,
It's a strip
and
club.
Jealousy.
you might be like, yeah, man, I talked to her, she fine too, but I want you. I ain't talking about her. You know what I'm saying?
There goes the lyrics.
Like she
There go the
fine,
lyrics.
she fine too.
This is
It's
why the
always-
songwriters be in
That's
there.
why
Yeah.
you go to the strip club.
Yeah, she
That's why
fine
it's
too.
necessary.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
It is
And we ain't
definitely
tripping.
necessary to this R&B.
We ain't gonna do no. Yeah, she fine too. I see, but I ain't talking about her though.
Right.
I'm talking about you.
Talking about
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a song.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
I love
He know.
Man,
He
what?
know.
Yeah, he know. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
Anybody know he know.
Yeah, we ain't got no time for no games. We ain't finna act like I don't know her
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Y'all know her. Yeah, we cool and all of that. And she fine. She bad. She fine too, man. But I want you though.
Right now, it's about you.
It
Yeah.
has been solidified
Yeah.
on the R&B Money Podcast
Yeah.
that the lyric is, she's
She's
fine
fine,
too.
Yeah, she fine.
But I
I
want
want you.
But I want you, baby.
Cause it's here's the beauty of the line, right? Because you didn't have to game it
No.
in order to maintain her attention. You told the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the truth made her, propped her up so much better.
Yeah.
Because of course she bad.
Yes, she bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm picking
I'm
you.
picking you.
You the winner.
You
You the winner, you the winner, you the winner. Yeah.
You winner in bed.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it.
You the winner, man.
You don't have to use a negative to make this positive. You did a double positive.
It's all love. Yeah, sharing is
Big
caring.
love.
It's big love.
It's big love.
Man, sharing is caring, man.
Big love. Big
Sharing
love.
is caring.
Big love.
I got enough to go around. She get a slice too.
She get a slice. I love that story.
Yeah.
So, did you produce any of that?
Yeah, we produced. We did.
You and Big Reese.
Yeah, me and Big Reese produced and wrote you. Yeah, we did that one.
Where's mine?
Oh, you got $1 million of them,
Where's
man.
Jay's?
Yeah, y'all, man, please.
We
Hold
need
on,
them.
Y'all got
no. Let's cut this shit out right now.
No, we need them.
We here right now
Yeah.
saying, where's ours?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all want?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's dang, man. Y'all make so many of them y'all self.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I come with my friends and see if we. I with it. Yeah, I
Talk
got
to
you.
your friends,
Yeah, I
man.
got you.
Come on, man.
I got you.
Put some of that fine too.
Oh yeah.
Man, what?
I got it.
You know, I love all that talk. I love
Yeah,
all that talk.
you know, you from the land of the ism. You from the land of the ism.
You know?
Yeah, man.
It's in his blood.
It's
baby.
in the blood.
Come on, man.
For real.
He can't stop it if he wanted to.
Let us wet our peaks.
Oh, yeah,
Corleone.
come on. Yeah, man.
So you get Lloyd crack.
Yep.
Y'all on fire.
Yep.
Cece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was singing backgrounds, or not even backgrounds, was featuring with him
Yeah,
on the
like
road.
when he was on the show, no, Ashanti, she couldn't, some days
right.
Ashanti.
She
So
was a huge
Cece,
star at the time.
we around each other every day, all day. So sometimes Cece would go on the road, be like 1 or 2 shows, she'd be like, Lord, I go down there and sing, I'll sing her part with you.
Yeah.
Like Cece was never scared. Like Cece, for real, man, when I'm talking about superstar from the jump, like when you like got it,
Yeah.
she had it too from the jump. Cause I met her, she was young too. Like the first time she ever came in the studio, she was with a group, and the first time she ever got on a demo, got on the song, it was a song me and my friends produced and wrote. But we didn't even know, like she hadn't been in the group but a day.
Shit.
So what happened was she was like 14 to 13. So all we knew was she sounded the best on the songs. She came in, she the flyest little girl, she could sing. But the other girls in the group was getting mad, and we didn't know why. We like, why they feeling it? Why these little girls acting
She
weird?
wasn't really in the
She
group.
just been in the group a day.
Just got there. Yeah.
But she was just I'm talking about from the jump up, she just had it.
Yeah.
So of course that group ended up, like she was in the group for a little while. It didn't go all the way. So this like 2003, 2002. She was still, about 2002, she's still in high school. I know her and Lloyd stuff so colluded. And what happened was she ended up getting out of the group, and then she was managed by a dude named T.A. Y'all might know T.A. I don't know if y'all know Anthony T.A. So T.A. was like, Jasper, man, I think I'm going to bring, you remember Lil Ciara? I'm going to bring her solo. And I'm going to get her a deal solo. Y'all want to do some demos on? I'm like, yeah. So her daddy used to bring her to the studio. We just started working on demos for her. And at that time, Jazzy Faith was on fire as a producer. And he just so happened to be working out the same studio as us. He had moved over, Noontime had let go of their studio, and they moved in the DARP. They moved in the Dallas studio.
Okay.
So Jazzy was moved over there with us now. So now we catching all that sauce too. And so T.A. put Cece and was like, Jazzy on fire right now. I'm going to put her with Jazzy. And we gonna do, and I'm gonna let her be Jazzy artist. So Jazzy liked her. So we started working on demos for her. And old Shaquille Stewart. Shaquille Stewart sent her to me.
Shout out to our
Oh,
brothers.
Shaquille, man. Shaquille, man, that's my brother, man. He always looked out. I always made sure we got paid. I always put the deals together, everything.
Yeah.
He set this meeting up with LA for Jazzy. It's really for just Jazzy to go over to meet LA. And LA was like, what you got for me? He played him CeCe song. LA like, let me see her. LA like, I want to sign her. Boom. So now we working on CeCe album. You know what I'm saying? But this at the same time, we working on Lloyd first album at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And through that, we worked on her first album. And goodies came out of that.
Wait, so did LA sign Ciara first?
Yes.
Because, I'm...
But see, I'm going to tell you what happened. When LA signed Ciara, that's when they got rid of the whole, that's when they had dismantled him out of the Def Jam bill. That's when Def Jam, he had left Def Jam.
Okay.
And so then every artist they had signed over that Def Jam, well, it might have been Arista. Every artist,
Arista, yeah.
that's when he left. This crazy. I now remember it. He had left Arista and was going to Def Jam. When he left Arista, all the artists he had over that Arista, they consolidated them in the Jive. So that's when CeCe went to Jive. That's when Usher went to Jive. That's when all those artists that was on the face went to Jive. They consolidated all the Arista artists into Jive. And at that point, see, you know what I'm saying?
I remember the first time I heard that record.
Yeah. And really, man, I got to
like,
give it a shout out. Let me tell you something,
outta
man.
here.
Shout out gonna put her, like, people don't know CeCe Penn crazy. Like, she a star. Like, she gonna put her records together.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when they first started that song, she started in Miami with Sean Garrett. They only had the first verse. She was like, Jasper, I gotta get this hook. She came to the studio. We tried to put a hook together. We had it called Cookies.
Okay.
Cookies, but Lil Jon heard it, was like, nah, we just did, Khalees just did milkshake, and that kind of lame Cookies. So she like, I gotta change it. So she went in the room with Jazzy and Big Zach, and they remixed it Cookies and made it Goodies. And so they took the Cookies and flipped it and made it Goodies, and they came up with the Goodies hook. But CeCe one of them, man, I'm gonna tell you something. You can have superstar talent, you can have superstar looks, but ain't nothing like superstar drive.
Yeah.
Her drive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something about some superstar drive,
level.
man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something about some superstar drive when you're back against the wall, but you ain't gonna stop and you gonna put it together, you gonna make it work. Shout it, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout it, got it, man.
Absolutely.
Like I seen it time and time again when she gonna figure out a way to get her a hit. She'll write it sometime. You need some help, but whatever, she gonna figure out a way to get her a hit, and she gonna figure out and she gonna work harder than anybody.
Yeah.
She got that superstar drive, man. And so that's when they finally, when Jive, she had to go through a little bit or whatever, with the transfer over. When they finally dropped that Goodies, we was like,
I didn't-
Lord, have
I
mercy.
remember I was in a club on Cahuenga,
Yep.
right there across from, is there Chipotle there now? Something right over there?
Oh yeah.
Right there as soon as you pass Franklin, right there on the right. That
Oh,
club
yeah, I
we
know
used to
what you're
always go
talking
to. Was
I
it
know,
Colony?
Yeah, I know right what you're talking about. Yeah.
Before it was Colony though.
It's been like 3 different names.
been like
Sure, a whole bunch of.
yeah.
I was in that club and I was like,
What is this?
She killed them. And then when Lil Jon was on
that
that
whistle
run,
Oh, he was
came
on
up.
a run.
Lil Jon make that Atlanta. We were so amazed, like Lil Jon make that ghetto Atlanta. That's some
Man,
of that crop
what?
some Atlanta
Yeah,
ghetto.
right.
When it started going popular like that, we like, whoa. You know what I mean?
He was
Nah, he
just
caught
shaking.
a
Lil Jon went to my
building.
high school too. Lil Jon went to my high school. What up, Lil Jon? He went to Doug High. He went to school with my brother at Doug High.
He was just shaking the building.
He was killing. Lil Jon was going crazy.
I got one of my favorite songs
You did a Lil Jon
that I
beat?
did with Lil Jon.
You ever put it out?
We never put it out.
For real?
Did
Yeah.
I do a record with Lil Jon?
Yeah, I know you did.
He had a
Yeah,
house.
I did.
He had a house
I did.
in the
He
Yeah,
showed.
Lil Jon too.
I think I met you at that house one time. You came over there to work with him. I remember when he had that house. And one time, I remember y'all had a session over there.
I came through there.
Craig
We just-
Love was in there playing the guitar.
I think it was called I Just Want to Get to the Point or something. I think that's what it was called,
man,
something like that.
I want to hear that record.
No. What was that? What's
Lil
that song
Jon,
called?
man.
He was on
I
that
can't remember.
run, man.
But it was like,
Crazy, man.
I'm not in love with babe. Boom. I know I teach that. Oh, John, if you got that song.
Oh,
man.
yeah, man. Pull it out.
Yeah, just put it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
man.
gotta think of the name of the record.
I know you did a
I
song
I
with
did one
John.
with him.
Cause
I
that what
did.
he
I
had.
did
He
one
was
with him.
he was on y'all soul a lot. The hype of
what?
the whole.
Hey,
He couldn't touch y'all soul
Stay,
without
Want
you.
to
Yeah.
Stay. I think
Yeah.
Want You to Stay is the name of the song. Want You to Stay.
How many records did you do on the Ciara project?
The first Ciara project I did a song called The Title. Well, I sampled that LTD. I did that on the first album. But we was always just working so much. We was doing so much music. And I did a song called The Title on our first album.
You produced it?
Yeah, I had produced and wrote that with her.
Yeah.
So when did you get your first hit with her?
See, my first hit came with her, coming around to her second album.
Okay.
And so we was, like I said, we had been working together from the big demo days. So one day she called me to the, she was always coming by like, "Josh, we got some beats. Come to the studio." So she came. She called me and said, "Look, meet me at the studio. Polo and them got some beats or something they want to play." So I come to the studio. Boom, Polo played this beat. I was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" I'm like, this is gonna be, oh my God. So then she pull up, he played the beat. He like, "Oh my God." She like, "Give us that beat." So we went to beat. Me and her went to the studio. We started working on it. And this is the beginning of a second album. So she's trying to figure out how I'm going to come out and all, because the first album's so big, you got to figure out how you're going to second album. So me and her go to the studio. We start something. Polo come to the studio. Polo and Elvis come to the studio. And Polo like, "Man, I don't know if I like that. Switch it up a little bit." So me and her, we look at this like, "Okay, we'll switch it up." So me and her, we went back and recooked it. We recooked it. And the next thing you know, they came back in the room and everybody like, "Oh my God." It was Promise. And we was like, "Oh my God." And I never forget this. It was Promise. And so we was like, this crazy. Her label flew down. Her label flew down after we finished it. They was in the studio and they was like, y'all think so? Y'all want to put this out? You know how the labels is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we was like, yeah, we think this jamming. So I never forget, Greg Street got a copy of it. Back then, you know, you break Greg Street, you know, that was
That's
like,
it. That was everything.
Greg Street started running back to back. It shot crazy. It started going out. And everybody started calling, oh my God, this new
You
CD.
know it's pimping in Promise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can be my Superman. Save me if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know you gotta. Yeah, man.
Give me extra credit. I'll do more
I do
work.
more work. Yeah. Give me extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Own it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know, I said, yeah. This is what you.
Yeah.
Ciara, this is the type of talk you
Yeah,
talking.
she
in these
gonna
streets.
talk it. Hey, she gonna talk it. You know what I'm saying? And it started going. And it started going crazy. And that's when it was like, oh, this right here crazy. Oh, this one going right here.
Yeah.
And then it was on. So
Wow.
that was the real first super rocket that we did. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, okay, that me and her cooked up together. But we done been cooking up so long together. But that was the first one where it was like,
We got one.
yeah. And I never forget, she called us when she did the video. And me and Polo was in the studio. And she called her. She called us. She like, I want y'all to see this video. So she pulled up on us and played that video. When she did the video, we was like, me and Polo looked at each other. We were like, yeah, this is finna be a problem right here.
Yeah.
This one won.
Yeah.
And it worked. So that's the first one, man. I got in real good. Yeah.
It just seems like the community,
That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is.
the music community
Very,
of Atlanta
man, it's very community
is
based.
just unlike anything I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Because really, all us really did, like, everybody really came up around each other. Like, you, even if you get mad at somebody, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Y'all have to figure it out.
Your family.
Yeah,
Your
so it's like,
family.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's very community based, and that's why so many rappers do songs with each other, you know, especially back then, because it was all super community based.
But it's also like with you guys having, you know, come up together in the trenches.
Yeah.
It's like however creatively you can be involved, because it was like you didn't do a whole lot on the whole album,
No.
but you were there to just support it.
Oh, for sure. Because that's what it's
All
all
of it.
about. Because
That's-
it look like when one person, everybody wins.
Well, everybody win.
Like when you show up to, you know, like my whole thing was, man, when you make yourself able to be used, man.
Make
Like
yourself
so, whatever,
available to
no
be used.
matter
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
come to the studio, okay, what you need me to do? Make the beat? You need me to write the song? Do you need me to produce the vocals? You need me to write a rap? What
You
you
need
need me to
claps?
do?
You need claps?
Whatever
I
you
got
need.
claps.
Play your part.
That's my play. I don't give nobody no excuse to kick me out the studio.
Yeah. You're going to be useful.
I'm here to be used.
Yeah. Wow.
Because if you ain't useful, you're useless.
And that's why your discography
Time.
is the way it is.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
If you ain't useful, you're useless. Yeah, man. Be able to make yourself useful, man. Yeah.
No, your discography is crazy, man, because you have those records, and then you have Crying Out for Me.
Oh, yeah, Mario. We did that a week after Promise.
I can hear your heart.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
I can hear your heart.
Yeah, man.
Crying out for
It's
me.
crying out for me, man. Oreo came in there and laced that thing. We were doing that studio. Polo was just playing a sound. Doom, doom. I said, oh, I got some. He said, do that? I said, yeah. I started singing it, and then Elvis, and we
Black Elvis.
Black Elvis, man. Elvis started recording it out. We like, ooh. We ain't had no beat. We just had music and song, and we was like, ooh, this might be all right. See, I know a song gonna be all right if I sound good singing it. Like I say, I ain't no vocalist like that. So if a song or a demo sound okay, I'm like, oh, they might be all right.
Yeah.
Because I know when these vocalists get on it, so the demo sounded so good, I couldn't even believe it was me singing it. I said, man, I sound good on that demo.
That record.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
and so then we did that a week after Promise. So after we did Promise, the next week, that's when we did Crying Out for Me.
Hot. You was
You
hot.
should have played lottery that week. Too.
Man, I sure shoulda.
Nigga, you was on fire.
Then they came in and heard that, and they're like, Mario recording that. I'm like, okay. We like, okay. Like, okay. And man, when that man got in that booth, man, I got to give Mario his credit.
Oh, he
that
come.
man wanted to. Hey, man, that man started, for me. We was like, man, what in the world? Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, man, go there. That man started singing that song. We were like, oh, man.
Nah,
this
he
might-
get busy.
We like, because you can't never call a hit for real, but you know when something like, man, this sound good.
You know when it feel right,
It feel
though.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know if this
Yeah.
going to be, but it feel good. And, man, that worked out. That Crying Out for Me, man, that was one of the, it ended up being one of the best ones I
So
ever
were
did.
those out at the same time too?
Yeah, well, see, what happened was we did them around the same time, but they put Promise out fast.
Okay.
Well, what happened was Jay knew they loved the record, but they ended up going with How Could I Breathe as his first single. That because he had a chemistry with I forgot Stargate.
I'm about to say that
Stargate
song.
did
I
How
was
Could I
about to say
Breathe.
Stargate,
So
yeah.
Stargate did How Could I Breathe, and that did what it did. It was cut through, but then the Crying Out for Me,
that
the
was the
radio
one.
was like, man, this is the
the
one.
one.
So they put it out second. So it actually came out almost a year after we did it.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually did it real close together.
Yeah.
So that kept going. So Crying Out for Me kept going, and that ended up working for Mario. Thank you, Mario, for singing that song like you meant it.
He meant that, right?
He meant it, man.
He meant it.
Yeah, man.
Then you go and do Bedrock.
Oh yeah, Young Money, the Bedrock, yeah.
Was that the track? You did the track to that?
Now see, Kane did the track. I did the hook with Lloyd in my basement. See what
So
happened?
let me ask you, I know you're about to get into it. Was that a competition?
Nah. What?
Bedrock?
Nah.
Okay.
What you mean competition? Like?
I don't know if it was that song or if it was the Officer song where Wayne had a bunch of hooks.
No,
and he picked the best
Let me
one.
tell you what happened. So they called us like, man, we want a hook for this song. We got our raps. We need a hook. We need a smash hook. What we didn't know was Omarion supposed to have did a deal with Young Money.
We did the records.
I didn't know that. So we didn't know that. So we don't know that.
I get it
So-
in was supposed to be on Young Money.
So we had no clue the reason why the chorus was empty because they took Omarion off the hook.
Omarion off.
So when they took Omarion off the hook, Lloyd always been Wayne homie. So he like, man, we need another hook because I guess they got mad at Omarion because he didn't do the
Because he
deal
didn't
with
do
him
the
or
deal,
something.
yeah.
And so we didn't know this at the time though.
Yeah.
So they sent us a song. They sent the song to Ryan, Lloyd's cousin, and he sent it to me like, man, see if you could get a dope hook on this for the Lloyd. So I called Lloyd over. He just did it in my basement in like 10 minutes, man. It was on some real like, okay, let's put this together. We chopped the hook up and did all that. We sent it to him. Then when we sent it to him though, they said to us, man, we think we might like the one with Omarion. Can he redo the one that Omarion already had on there? So we was like, yeah, but it ain't. We don't know if it fit better than what we got, but we did it anyway. What ended up happening was they leaked them, and everybody took the Bedrock hook that we had wrote.
Shit.
But
They
we
leaked
didn't,
both records.
Yeah, but see, we didn't know at the time until they told us that Omarion. When they asked us to redo the hook, that Omarion, that's why they was taking him off because he was supposed to be on Young Money.
On Young Money. Yeah.
So then eventually the Bedrock hook that leaked too. Cause I think they was sending it around to people to see which hook people liked.
Yeah.
And the Bedrock one took off because that, man, I promise to God, that came out like 4 weeks after we cut that hook in my basement. And they was like, man, it's going.
Immediate.
Immediately. We're like, well, okay, it's going. So yeah,
Fire.
that's some of that basement work. I'm talking about some of that, man, that worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost on some, wow. You know how these go, man. You roll the dice and sometimes it work out.
No, when you're in a space and you're just doing the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you get to a point to where you actually know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, it kind of become a little.
It just becomes what
which
it
he knows
is.
what he's doing.
But you know, it just becomes what it is.
Yeah, sometimes it work.
Well, it worked a lot for you.
Yeah, it
right?
worked. Thank God.
It
Ain't nothing like that R&B money. R&B money, man.
it lasts a long time.
It lasts a long time, man. They can't sing to jail.
It lasts.
What's been your favorite record? Do you have one?
Man, I don't even have a favorite record.
No.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. The one that meant the most, probably only because of what we had to go through to get it out and do, probably was "You" by Lloyd. Just because I know we really had to. We had to
I got
do
that
the
one
work.
out the mud.
Yeah, we had to do that. Like that was some really grunt work. But I won't even say it's because I just love work with my friends, so I love all of them. You know what I mean? Because I love all of them. You know what I mean? Every record I do with Cece, I love.
Yeah.
Some people you have a chemistry with, you may not do a hit every time, but you never do a whack record with them. Every record might not be a hit, but every record you do sound good.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
you and Ciara have a great chemistry.
Yeah, man.
Like nigga,
My little sister.
body party, nigga.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, body party. They end up coming out good.
Ooh. I don't even want to sing that shit right. I just nigga
Man,
like
we started man, what's so crazy? We started writing that song. We started writing that song to a whole nother track a year before she even So we started writing that song in my basement again to a whole nother track. Me and her cooking up how we usually do. You know, Shawty start singing the melody. She getting that dance to do everything when she
For y'all
write.
that don't know, Atlanta homes have basements.
Yeah.
At least the niggas with money.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's got the basements.
You get you a basement out here.
Get you a basement, an unfinished one, but do something with it.
Yeah, do something with it.
You do something with it.
Yeah.
It's a gang of unfinished basements out here.
Yeah, a lot of them. So she coming over there, you know, we'll cook up some beats. She started singing them melodies. Yeah, words, we put it together. So it was just a song we had on the side.
Man, Body Party is the
We just had that song on the side.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Then one day she called me from the studio because Future had to get on the remix that we did to another song. And he just so happened to play the Mike Will song. She called me from the studio like, Jasper, you remember that other song we did? I'm finna take that and put it on this other beat that I just heard.
Shit.
And I was like, for real? She like, listen, when I put the other song on this beat, it's gonna be crazy. It ended up being Body Party. So that song had big, like, you know what I mean? It ended up being Body Party.
Yeah, y'all killed that.
So they ended up working
I
out.
don't think I've ever met a woman who didn't like Body Party.
They love Body Party.
They love
Yeah.
that record.
So that record started that record started a year before on a whole nother beat where she wrote the verses and the bridges. When she heard the Mike Will beat, she like, I think these verses and these bridges to go better on this Mike Will beat. And then she finagled the hook. They finagled the hook, and then it was like she called me like, Jasper,
Great record.
I think this beat go better with the. I'm like, man, run it, sing it over there. And she said, oh, there's one. And it
But
worked
that's
out.
dope about you too, and I've always appreciated that about you, and just even knowing you and our friendship over the years. You really are a servant to the music.
Oh yeah, man.
Like, you don't let your ego get in the way.
None.
I've never seen that with you
Nah,
ever.
man.
At your height, like we've known each
Been
other
a
for
long time.
years. I've never seen you ever get in that mode.
Man, cause it's
I'm Jasper.
Man,
I
it's
can't
way-
even imagine you saying
man,
that.
because it's way bigger than me. Like, if all of us be real with ourselves, you know, we got talent, you know what I'm saying? But it takes so much more than some talent, man. It takes so much other things to come and fall in place to be successful in this game besides talent and all of that kind of stuff. I just know it's way bigger than me for the things to work out the way it done worked out. I could never let my ego get in the way because really I'm really here to help. I'm here to serve, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I just always be like, man, what can I do, man? How can I help?
That's
How
amazing.
can we keep it going, man?
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. Way bigger than me, man. Like, for real, man. I couldn't design none of this. The stuff, I done messed it up. I couldn't design none of this that done happen. I can't design it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We get to the... He up here finding it.
He finding the key. Will there be one?
Will there be one?
Yeah.
Brother Jasper.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur Big Love.
Yeah.
We want to know your
Yeah.
What we want to know, Chief?
top 5. Your top 5. Top 5.
Yeah.
Your top 5 R&B singers.
What else?
R&B songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big love you've got. I know you've seen. I know you've heard. Your top 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rawr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your top 5.
But with Ray Charles on it. Yeah. But with Ray Charles.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Brother Big Love,
Yes, sir.
your top 5 R&B singers.
Okay. This my own personal now. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing.
Your world.
The top 5 most influential R&B singers on me that I listen to. You know, I want to just put a prerequisite. You know, we can always do the Michael Jacksons and the Princes and you know what I'm saying? We're gonna always do them.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to go off a little bit off kilter for the ones that really influenced me
Touch your soul.
Yeah. Besides Michael and Prince, because they touch everybody's soul. Yeah. That Bobby Brown, the truth.
Huh.
The blueprint. Yes, sir. The blueprint. People don't know. A lot of the post Bobby Brown was way different than before Bobby.
He was monster.
He changed the game.
He monster.
You got to give Bobby them two dancers behind you dancing, nasty dancing and singing,
Heart and soul.
nasty hunching and all of that. Bobby. So when you see Usher, when you see Chris, and you see all of them, Bobby was the blueprint for that.
Bobby.
Because you know, Mike was a different thing. He was out of this world. Yeah. Bobby brought you to the hood.
Right.
So when you see R. Kelly, he got some of that Bobby in him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you see all of them, you know they got that Bobby in them. So I'm gonna say Bobby Brown. This for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you.
Keith Sweat.
Huh.
Changed the game.
The Sweat.
When you hear that 808 and them slow songs, the first one to do that thing, Keith Sweat, that Make It Last Forever album that him and Teddy did, changed the game.
The Sweat.
The Sweat man. You can't knock Keith Sweat.
No, you can't.
Can't knock Keith Sweat.
He's got glass. He got glass.
He might put his
pavilion.
hands on you.
You know how he do?
He might put his hands on you.
Yeah, he'll
put his hands
You
on
don't know
you.
it.
You try to knock Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
All the super freaky songs what he did for Silk, that freaked me and all of that.
A producer, writer, and owner.
And owner.
Way before anybody even knew what that was.
Yeah.
Owner.
Sometimes I don't think people give Keith Sweat his flowers the right way.
They don't.
Give Keith Sweat his
The
flowers.
R&B money.
They don't know.
The R&B
They don't
money
even know.
And we're going to make sure
they know, man. He changed the game.
Yeah.
So the way y'all hear R&B music, when y'all start hearing it with the super deep 808, okay, everybody had that the drum scene, but with that deep bass in it, like rap songs, that's Keith Sweat, man.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
Let me see. Influence me. I'm gonna take it up to R. Kelly.
Why not?
Game changer.
For sure.
Game changer. Changed the game too.
Hit after hit.
Game changer, man. You can't take it, whatever he got going, but man, you can't take away them songs, man. You can't take away the performances. You can't take away the flavor he brought to the world. You can't take it on the talent side. You can't take that away. You got to give it to him.
You can't take away the amount of inspiration.
Come on, man.
The amount of gifts that were birthed.
Yeah.
As a result of what he was doing.
Keith Sweat, man. R. Kelly, man.
We wouldn't sitting in this room, we wouldn't be like we are.
Because we come from a generation of talking different with our R&B pen, but we kind of, we come from after that. We gonna talk like that. We could talk how we talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob said, "Shut up.
Shut up.
I don't never want to hear you say that
again. I would never leave you."
I said, "What did he
say? Man.
What did he say to her?
Yeah, shut up.
I don't want to ever hear you say that again."
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Get on my nerves.
Man, the truth, man. Got to give it to him, man.
Yeah. Okay, that's three.
Babyface, man. Come on, man. Who melodies and stuff more poetic than that?
You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that we was having a conversation. Remember Juliet came in town the other day, Juliet Jones, and she was like, "I love the tiny desk," right?
Yeah.
And because I was a tiny desk.
Yeah.
She's like, "I love the tiny desk." She's like, "I get it, but I needed Tender Lover album."
Man, that Tender Lover album changed. Oh my God, Sunshine, where would you go?
Where would you go?
Oh my God.
And who's gonna love you
the way I
do?
Man, how vulnerable that is. Man, you got to be in a certain place to write these songs.
Right.
Hey, man.
He was.
That man was crying on
writing from Heart on My Sleeve.
Oh man, all there.
Like, either you gonna be with me, or you gonna think about what I told you. Yeah. One or the other. She can leave him.
All right, go.
But those words are going to stick with her.
Yes.
With whoever else she end up with. She gonna be laying in that bed with that nigga thinking about where will you go?
Where will you go?
Maybe I shouldn't have left him.
Because the man was saying he's gonna do a bunch of extra shit.
Man.
After he get home from work.
Wilding.
Man, as soon as I get home from work.
Face is wild.
Man, that man hey man.
So he gonna work the whole day.
The whole day.
And then come home.
And put in some more work.
And put in some
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's the nigga you wanna leave?
Ooh,
good luck.
Good luck.
That's the
good
nigga
luck
you
topping
wanna
that.
leave.
Good luck topping that.
Good luck.
So you wanna leave this man because he can't shoot a jump shot. That you gonna leave that nigga? For the nigga that can shoot the jump shot and can't wash his own clothes?
Oh man, come on. That's a bad
Don't know how to
decision.
separate the colors?
Yeah, that's a bad
You
decision.
better go back to Babyface.
Go back to Babyface because he was saying some serious stuff.
Serious.
He meant it.
He was
meant
not
it.
playing.
He meant it.
That's fault. It's Babyface.
My last one, it's a combination, but I'm gonna tell you why. Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie. Let me tell y'all something. This whole generation of us that do all them runs and all that stuff, we bit off Charlie Wilson. Aaron Hall wanted to be Charlie Wilson.
R.
R. Kelly wanted to be Aaron Hall.
It all.
R. Kelly wanted to be Aaron Hall, but Aaron Hall wanted to be
all
Charlie
goes
Wilson.
back
The way
to
Charlie
Charlie
Wilson.
Wilson.
And then this why I got the combo, because guess who Charlie Wilson wanted to sing like? Stevie
Stevie
Wonder.
Wonder.
The Game. So the way we sing all these runs and our era and all of that,
Yeah.
it's Charlie Wilson really, but he was getting it from Stevie Wonder, so that's why I said a combo.
He's like the street version.
Yeah, he's the
Street
street
version.
version.
Yeah.
He's the
Of
street
Stevie
version.
Wonder.
Dirty
People-
Stevie.
But I don't think but Charlie Wilson, the way he sing, like, man, come on, man, like for real, the way that guy
Nah, it's a
sings.
gift from God.
Oh my word, to this
Different kind
day.
of voice.
Yeah. It's a gift
Different
from
kind of
God.
voice.
Yeah. And all of us wanted to
Crispy.
hit them runs like that.
Yeah.
Crispy.
And most of us can't.
We can't sing like that at all.
Most of us.
Oh,
Like
we
that
can't.
is.
God bless him.
That's different.
Oh man, way different.
Yeah.
Okay, big love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like where you're going with
Your
this.
top 5 R&B songs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, that's like pulling my heart out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my first one. If I'm going by pure feel, I got to give "Lately" by Stevie Wonder that was remade by Jodeci. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Ish.
If you listen to the words and "Lately," the only person that could have wrote that was Stevie Wonder or another blind man. Because the lyrics, he's saying far more frequently you're wearing perfume with to say no special place to go. The only way he knows that she going out and all that because he smell her perfume. He can't see where she going. He don't know what she got on. He got to do the feel.
That's the only way
That's
he
the only way he knows.
she's going out.
Yeah, man.
It's because he can smell the
Come on, man. I can smell the perfume, man. Ain't nobody else can. He don't want to write
It's
it.
not about what she's wearing.
No,
but you
yeah.
can't see that.
I can smell your perfume,
Far
though.
more frequently, you're
Wearing
wearing
perfume.
perfume.
Yeah. Yeah.
With to say no special, but I know you going because this perfume you put on when we going out.
Yeah. With to say.
You capping on me, baby.
Yeah.
You lying.
Yeah.
This is special event perfume. Yeah, man. So that word, but that lately just like, oh, what he saying, man? Like you know somebody got to feel that to write that.
Well, you went biblical.
Yeah, man. And this really my favorite Michael Jackson song is this right here for real, "Lady in My Life."
Special.
That come on, man. Like the feel on that record,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Right. Playing that record on vinyl.
It's a whole different experience.
It's just you hear the little
It's a
crackles,
whole-
man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like, oh man, when Mike come in on that, I remember the first time I heard that, I'm like, ooh,
I just want people to go back and listen to the vocal.
pure.
Like before all this technology and all of this.
Yeah. You can't even get that type of vocal with this technology.
Listen to a pure man sing
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
from his soul.
straight, pure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, "As We Lay," I gotta say "As We
You
Lay."
gotta say
'cause
it.
that's the
It-
first
it
record.
has to be there.
That's the first record I asked my mama to buy me with that feel on it like that. So "As We Lay,"
Yeah.
and man, for real, "Cry for You," Jodeci.
You better do it.
Man, when I heard that "Cry for
Man.
You," man, I said, whoa.
Life changer, not a game changer.
Oh,
It's
my
a life
God.
changer.
It's a life changer.
Yeah. Yes.
What
Life
is
changer.
going on, man? Like, I'm a cry for you. They saying the softest thing in the world, but in the hardest way.
Nick.
That's what I like. You know what I'm
And-
saying?
and the
I don't
hottest
like all that
clothes.
cap with the lyrics. You know, some of that cool, make it poetic. But sometimes, man, it's about the straight. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. What's on your mind?
What's on your mind, man?
How you feel?
Man, I'm a cry. I don't know what else to say to you, man. I'm a cry, man. Like, I ain't got no game for you. I ain't got no extra, nothing to put on it, man. I'm a cry.
The nigga said, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'll cry.
But I'll
I'm a
cry.
cry, man.
And then he ran out of words.
I'm a cry, man.
JoJo ran out of words.
He ran out of words.
Casey, help me singing. JoJo, I'm right here.
Come on, man.
So they crying together.
They both
too,
crying
though.
together.
The brothers
Come
is
on, man.
crying.
The brothers is crying.
Come on, man. Come on.
I like your list.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
And I got to do this song right here, man. Even though it was another song on the album, but this whole album, man, changed my life too. That Any Heartbreak, Can You Stand the Rain? That Can You Stand the Rain, man, that song and that Coming Home.
Yeah.
I can put them 2 in one combo. That Can You Stand the Rain and that Coming Home.
Listen, I don't care if you put the whole album.
Man,
at
the
number
whole
5.
album,
That
man.
Heartbreak is
Man, that Jam and Lewis, man, come on, man. Who do it better than them, man?
man.
They changed the game, man.
Life changes.
These are the people that when we see them, we just salute them.
Come on, man, you got to.
No matter, I could see him at the grocery store.
Yeah, man, you got to.
And I might have seen him the day before. I'm going to salute them. Yeah, I know y'all seen you on Tuesday, but hey, man.
And you know, I think, and you know, so crazy when you listen to Can You Stand the Rain, you know, most people that listen to it, it's a nice little ditty song, but you listen to them words,
Oh yeah,
like for real, man. It's like, man,
No, they get into it.
Man, it's gonna rain,
it's gonna rain.
man. For
Can you
real,
stand
don't
it?
storm,
Can you stand it though?
baby, don't storm.
Storms
Storms
will
gonna come.
This we know for
Can you
sure.
stand the rain? You know, see, because most people, man, you know, when it gets sun outside, they throw away the coat. Hey, man, it's going to get cold again. It's going to get rain again. Don't throw away your coat, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna need some
You're
covering.
going to need
You
some
gonna need some
covering,
covering.
man.
You're gonna need some covering.
Yeah. So Can You Stand the Rain? You know, when
oof.
it's deep, man.
Dialing back
Yeah.
to Babyface, where would you go?
Where would you go, man?
'Cause the roof is right here.
Where you going to go? Because I know, can't nobody possibly love you more than me.
There was some rain. You gonna make it into wherever you got to get into before that rain comes?
Period. You know what I mean? You know them songs that really mean something. They just
Yeah.
ain't saying nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know, they just not just talking.
Yeah.
See, that's really for real. A lot of times I didn't get a lot of placements and stuff because I just can't go in no studio and say no anything. I gotta mean it, man, and it kind of gotta make sense to me. Like, you know, I gotta kind of like, man, I don't care if it is a party song. It got to be a real life party. You know what I mean? There got to be some reality in some of that.
days.
Yeah,
Everybody
Sunday.
knows that.
Everybody love it. Can you stand the rain?
Can you
Because I know
stand
the rain gonna come. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I know you're here for the party, man. But when the party shut down, man, you gonna help me clean up? Or you gonna leave without? You gonna leave
You
after
gonna
the
leave with
party
everybody
over?
else. You gonna help me clean up.
After the party over,
That
man.
should be asked when you first start dating somebody.
Man, what you? Cause everybody can't be here with
When
the
the
party. Everybody want to
party's
come with the
over,
party jumping.
Are you going to help me clean
You gonna
up?
help me clean up? Or you just gonna leave it? You just gonna leave?
That
with the fun?
sums up everything in a relationship right there.
Because you can have fun with anybody. Fun easy to
We
have,
putting
for
that
real.
on a t-shirt too. You can have fun with anybody.
For real. When it get real though,
Yeah.
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 Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Your R&B Voltron.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect R&B singer.
your perfect
superhero.
R&B singer. Your superhero. I want to know who you gonna get the vocal from,
Okay.
the performance style,
Yeah.
the styling of the artist,
Yeah.
and the heart of the artist, the passion of the artist. And then because you are a writer, producer, I often add this part right here. Who's going to produce and write the songs? Yeah, you didn't know that was coming.
Ooh, that's a
I
tricky
know.
one.
Yeah, it get tricky right there. All right, so let's start with the vocal for your Voltron. Who you getting the vocal from?
The vocal for my R&B Voltron. I'm gonna put this 2 for 1 too because I kind of like the same thing about both of them. I'm gonna say Whitney and I'm gonna say Michael because they got the perfect vocal. They can sing soul and they can sing pop. They can sing anything
Yeah.
and make it their own. And they can take a song no matter what genre it is, and they genreless. You know what I mean? So that's why I like their vocal tones. That's why I like Whitney vocal tone. That's why I like Michael vocal tone because
You can put that together.
well,
That's
I'm-
crazy.
it's like I like the same thing. I like the same thing about both of them. You know what I mean? Because you got some people who can sing soulful, but they
Right.
can't really probably do.
Yeah, they don't know how to
Yeah,
dial it.
they
They don't know how to dial it
can't-
down and how
They
to,
can't fit into that structure.
Yeah.
pocket that
Yeah,
And
structure.
you got some
pocket,
people
yeah.
who they can sing structure, but you might not get the vocal.
You can't
Yeah,
take
you
it
get
there.
the feeling
You can't
it.
take
Yeah.
it there. So I like that about Beyonce too, but I'm just gonna say,
I like that.
you know what I'm saying? Beyonce got that too.
Yeah.
Performance style.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna tell you, I got to give it to Bobby Brown again, but I'm gonna tell you why. He changed my life. How nasty he was on stage. That man used to dance so hard, man, and go so hard on stage, get kicked out the stage and all that.
Right.
I'm gonna say Bobby, but really, Bobby kind of was a James Brown too, because James Brown was funky and nasty like that too. So they kind of had that same kind of thing.
I always say it's something about that Brown name.
Yeah,
Something
you
about
know what I'm
Brown.
saying?
James Brown, Bobby Brown, Chris
Bobby
Brown.
Brown. And I would put Chris too, but I know Chris, he a derivative of Bobby. So like
Yeah.
I think they got
Chris
that
is
same-
Bobby and Mike.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's Bang.
Yeah.
Michael Brown.
That's what for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say that too.
Styling of the artist. The drip.
The drip.
Who they gonna drip like?
Man, I'm gonna tell you who had the ultimate drip, and I got to give it to this man because for real, he would wear things that only he could pull off, and you can say nothing about it. Prince.
Couldn't say the damn thing.
You could that man, and for real, man, like he wore
pushed the limits.
He wore what he wanted to wear when he wanted to wear it, and if you uncomfortable, then that's on you. But he made it. You know what I'm saying? It was his own thing.
Was he in terms of like that thing? Was he like the first rock star for us?
No.
Who?
We can't do that.
It's hard to do because
Little Richard.
Little Richard. Yep. Ooh.
Little Richard Pettiman.
Boy, you call one. He invented rock and roll.
We in Georgia.
Yeah,
we in Georgia.
Making
I
Georgia
can't
down
let
the
you do
street.
that.
Yeah.
Because if he was alive, he'd come in here
Little
and
Richard.
come and punch you inside of your head.
That's a code.
No. What I mean,
They never give me the credit.
I see it as rock and roll for sure, right? But
It was soulful too.
no, I'm not saying it was soulful, but I feel like, and I'm just rebuttaling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Prince added the motorcycle to it.
Yeah. Yeah, he brought
Hey,
his
that
game.
motorcycle was really important. Though.
Yeah, he had his game.
That
Yeah, he
fucking
brought some things.
motorcycle in Purple Rain
Was important. But you know
Yeah.
what? Let me get some.
motorcycle.
and the guitar
And
guitar
and
because
Yeah.
Little Richard was on the piano.
Yeah.
But standing there with the guitars, yeah.
But I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you somebody
yeah.
who was a little bit before Prince that kind of set it up for him. Rick James.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Rick James. He, you know, I'm thinking like, Prince got a little game from Rick
no,
James.
no,
Yeah,
Patent leather red boot.
Come
No,
on,
no, no.
With,
Street
with,
lights.
with the leotards, with the fake
it's-
braids,
It's Rick.
Yeah.
with the glitter,
It's
and
Rick.
with that guitar.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, Rick.
It's Rick.
Yeah, Rick
Rick.
hard. People forget about Rick. Rick changed the game.
You do not
They be
forget
trying.
about
They be trying. though. They be trying though.
It's Rick.
Rick James.
Bitch.
Yes.
Rick.
Changed the game. Another game changer.
He wasn't so fond of Prince.
Well, this.
wasn't so fond of Prince.
But you know what I heard?
Yeah.
Rick said when they was on tour, Prince used to steal his stuff that he would do. He said he go outside. He said he used to do the call and response on tour, like say say
And do it before
He said
Rick
Prince
get on
started
stage.
stealing and started doing it before he come on stage.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Hey.
That's what happens.
Prince was a motherfucker.
Those are
Hey,
performance
man,
wars.
it
I've
was
seen
war.
Who else? If somebody else that kicked Prince off the road?
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
He got booed.
He got kicked off.
Yeah.
Hey, niggas was like, hey man, he on his way, but he ain't gonna take this train.
It was hardcore.
Your stop is here.
Yeah.
Your
Hey
stop
man,
is here.
y'all remember when R. Kelly kicked Neo off the tour when Neo came out there showing out?
No, I didn't
Y'all
know
don't
about
remember that?
Yeah, put him off.
Yeah, R. Kelly said
Yeah,
Neo got to
nah,
go. He
you-
making it hard for me.
You doing too much river dancing, big
boy.
player. Come on.
Hey man, this boy showing out like this.
Come on, big player.
Yeah.
He got to
Come on.
get up off of here.
Yeah.
You dancing?
Nah,
Come
this
on.
should be wild. It should be wild.
Them road wars be wild.
We don't
dog.
need all. It's
Yeah.
about me.
Yes.
We don't need all this.
Yeah,
They ain't come to see all this.
they ain't come to see all this.
All right, so Prince is the drip.
Yeah.
Prince is the drip.
Okay.
Prince is the drip.
Okay. The passion of the artist, the heart of the artist.
Ooh, the passion. Oh my God, man. The passion, man. You know who I got to give it to because in this day and time, I know how hard it is to keep going no matter what you go through. The passion, I got to give to Chris Brown. Listen here, man.
Ain't nobody gonna
Hey,
argue.
man,
with
I'm going to tell you something, man.
Nobody's gonna argue that.
Really, what that boy came back from, you're going to go through our things. We're going to go through issues. We're going to make mistakes. But for him to fight back from where he hadn't failed from and how they tried, and he had to go back to doing those mixtapes and he had to grind his way back up and figure it all out to get back, I think it made him a better artist.
Listen.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of believe he's still here right now because he learned from that how to be tough and how to certain things, man, you see in the dog, you never gonna see in the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when
He's battle tested.
He's battle tested. So he had the things he had to figure out how to keep himself going. Really, it taught him how to survive without a label. No matter who around, no matter what man.
You
Survive if nobody likes me.
Nobody likes me.
You would pull up at the record plant, and you just saw him recreating himself.
That's what I'm saying.
He was in that studio.
It's not an easy
what,
thing to
3
do.
months.
Every day.
Every day, every night. I'm talking about the tattoo artist in there.
That's
He got
what I'm
everything
saying.
that
Everything.
he need in that studio.
Yep.
And he would play them songs, and I'd be like, I would just go by every other night and just, it was a new batch of 80 songs.
It takes some passion.
Takes passion. Takes
That
heart.
takes
When everybody is telling you it's over.
it's over. And we all know how hard that is in this game. When
Man,
people
what?
stop answering the calls, when they look at you, it's done.
When they,
Dizzle,
listen,
boom, boom.
a step further, when they stop answering the calls and then they calling other people to tell them not to answer the calls.
See
too.
how gangster that is.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah.
Come on. And you got to figure that out at 19,
That's a different type of passion.
18.
That's a different type
Go
of passion.
from that to 6 sold out nights
That's
at
what
the
I'm
O2.
saying. That's what I'm talking about. So you got to get for the passion for what he had to fight through and all that. I got to give shout.
Talk-
You know what I
talk.
mean? I'm gonna give shout out his flowers for that.
Talk, shout out his flowers.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to get to him.
Okay. Who's writing for this artist?
Ooh,
And
man.
hold on, or producing for this artist, or who's the writer producer? Because we do both. You know what I'm saying? So you might have that. You might have one.
Hey, listen, I respect that 100%.
You know.
Man, the writer producer for this artist, man. It's a joint win. Babyface in L.A. or Jam and Lewis. Babyface in L.A. for me and Jam and Lewis. You know what I mean?
You
I know.
cannot miss.
You know what I'm saying?
You will not miss.
You know what I'm saying?
Buckets.
Buckets, man.
Jam and Lewis or L.A. and Faith.
Babyface, yeah, man.
It's buckets.
Come on.
It's a great way to end it out.
Yeah,
It's
man.
buckets.
That's a great way.
Yeah, man.
It's a great way to end it.
When
Yeah.
you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But while you're here,
Yeah.
we got a very, very special segment.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit. Come on, give him a little taste of what we got coming up next, Chief. Huh? What is it called?
I ain't saying no names. 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 Where you was?
Hey.
Who you was with? What you did?
What up?
Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got so many of them.
We hear y'all. I know
Okay.
we do.
Hey,
I know we do.
I know you do.
So right now,
Yeah.
we get into Jasper.
Yeah.
Big love,
Yeah.
street love.
Yes, sir.
All the love, a slice of love.
All the love. Get your slice.
Do you want a slice of this love?
Yeah, come get a slice, man.
Yeah. I ain't saying no names. The story can be funny or fucked up or funny and fucked up.
Oof.
We like those.
Okay.
The only rule to the game.
Yeah, can't say no name.
Can't say no.
I'm about to give y'all 2.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You feeling it, you
Let me
feeling
sit up
it.
in my chair.
You're feeling it. You're feeling it.
So it was early in this rapper's career. Rapper from Atlanta career. He was dating a young R&B singer. He was dating this young R&B singer but this young R&B singer had just broke up with another R&B guy from another group.
Okay.
So, it'd be transition. It'd be weird, when you transitioning from one, the crossover can get weird. So we're in the studio one night. So this young rapper, he got his pistol on him.
Oh shit.
And he looked at me, and everybody, people kind of know what's going on. And he looked at me, he was like, man, you know what, man? You know what, Big Jasper, man? This pistol I got can shoot through this wall. Imagine what it do to an R&B nigga.
Oh shit.
That rapper said, this pistol right here, man, that pistol right here shoot through that wall. Imagine what it'll do to an R&B nigga.
That's a threat. Shit.
I was like, ooh, I hope this don't go no further. He is not playing.
He wasn't playing.
Nah, he wasn't playing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and everybody in close proximity, so, people gonna sue each other.
Shit.
Yeah. That was funny.
The R&B Singers are still alive, right?
Yeah, all of them still.
All of them still alive. We just want to make sure everybody alive.
just wanna make sure everybody
Everybody's still going.
All right.
And,
I know you were uncomfortable though.
Oh, me, I was
know
like,
that moment.
oh, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this for real.
Yeah.
Don't do it, big dog.
Oh, come on,
Yeah,
big dog.
Come on, big dog.
It ain't
You
working.
could have been the littlest nigga in the world. You be
Yeah.
like, come on, big dog.
You won, baby.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
You don't
got to
do that. You don't got to do that. Y'all
You
don't.
supposed to be brothers.
Yeah, you got it now. You ain't got to do that too.
Come on, black man.
There's a man and a woman involved.
Oh,
we are no longer brothers.
Oh man,
You
that
gotta
was
get
so
out the
funny.
way of that.
Yeah, I had to get out the way of that. I got one more. So I'm at one. At this time, this is one of my homies. He one of the biggest rappers in the world at this time. So this time we had his crib working. So we working on songs. All of a sudden, I see a little dog run down the steps. Like, who dog that is, right? That ain't no man dog. He ain't the kind of guy to have no dog like that. So the next thing I know, I see a R&B girl walk from up them steps and down, hey, y'all, what's up? To get the dog. But the trick was, I knew that this girl was dating a whole nother guy. And so I'm like,
Another rapper?
he was in the rap world. He was in the rap world. He was in the rap world. So my partner, the rapper, looked at me and started smiling and laughing and just giggling. And I said, oh, man, the game cold-blooded.
The game is
Cold-blooded. It eventually came out later on, but that was one of them moments when you see a dog come running down the steps.
Yeah.
You know, we in his mansion or whatever, the little dog come running down the steps. We like, who dog is this?
Pistols and little dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Pistols and little dogs.
And then we was like, our answer was soon coming down those steps, and we was like,
yeah,
and he look at,
I think we've all been there.
yeah,
we've all
no,
been
y'all,
there.
y'all done been there. We like, okay.
The new debut album from Big Love, Pistols and Little Dogs.
Hey, like I say, hey, that crossover be a fool when they be crossing over from one. That crossover fool. The transition.
It's so small.
It's so crazy.
And everybody just has to like be cool. Like,
Yeah, you got to because we all know what we in. We know the rules. It's kind of like, oh, okay.
I don't see nothing. I don't know
I
nothing.
don't know nothing.
Yeah. I've had to stand at a next table between the nigga I just seen her with and her man.
That's a terrible.
And then him show me the text that she's texting him from the other table with her man.
That's a cold game. That's a cold game, Jack.
R&B
R&B money. Hey, baby. You gotta love the game, though.
You, listen,
Boy.
you better respect it.
You gotta respect it and check it.
Respect
gonna play.
or get collected.
Yes.
The game is
It's
gonna
the
play.
game, man.
The game is gonna play.
The game gonna be here, man. The players gonna move around, change up, but
Hey
the game
man,
gonna be
listen,
here.
I don't put nothing past none
Hey,
of
man.
them.
Hey, man, you gotta love it. You gotta take it all.
Pistols and little dogs.
Hey, man.
You're not gonna say you fooled me.
Hey, at all.
Be like,
No.
Oh, you did that one.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, touche. Oh man.
Well, brother Jasper.
Yes, sir.
man, thank
brother
you,
Big
bro.
Love.
Oh,
man,
thank y'all, man.
We appreciate you for kicking this
Oh,
off
man,
for us,
come on,
man.
man.
Yeah.
You know, I think we needed your energy.
Oh man, come on.
We needed your
Welcoming,
energy.
welcoming
us.
Hey, come on, y'all.
To Atlanta.
To
Welcome, man.
Atlanta.
Come on, man.
Yeah, because
Y'all my people.
you really the soil.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
really enjoyed this, man. I hit Jay one day. I'm like, man, I gotta get on there with y'all, man. We gotta talk our talk,
Yeah.
man.
You know we're
Yeah.
gonna need some subtitles for you,
Oh,
though,
man,
right?
I know. You know what? You know what's so crazy? And I subconsciously I'm like, man, let me try to make sure I'm clear.
Yeah.
Still ain't clear.
Yeah, hey, everybody, I know they're gonna be watching like, what did he say again?
Still
What did he
got
say
that-
again?
I need an ACL translator.
Hey, I call it Atlanta patois.
Atlanta patois.
I'm like, man, and I said a conscious effort. I said, man, I'm gonna try to talk like I
said
got a good education.
No. He said I said a conscious effort.
Yeah.
How do you say a conscious effort?
You know, in my mind.
No, I love it.
I said it in my mind.
You missed some words to go in between.
Yeah.
I said a conscious
the
effort.
R's and the,
I didn't put forth a conscious effort.
I said a conscious
effort. I love it all.
Hey, man.
I love it all. Thank you,
And it
man.
still sounds crazy.
This is why we wanted you here, though, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Man,
and people,
love. I
and people
appreciate
need
y'all.
to, you know,
You are great.
people hear the
Man,
music.
appreciate it, man.
People hear the music. People are dancing to the music. People have as you say, music stamps a moment in time.
Yeah.
And people have that to your songs,
Yeah.
to your creativity, and they need to know who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Who's responsible for that?
Yeah, man.
And that's what we're here for.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate the love,
And then
man.
they feel your spirit.
Oh, yeah,
They say that's a good brother right
Oh,
here.
yeah, man. We trying to spread the love.
And
Amazing,
in our movements, good people finish first.
Man, all the time.
Yeah.
So, my brother, I am
Yeah.
Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority
Yes, sir.
on all things R&B. And if you didn't feel the love today, then you just wasn't trying to. Because we had big love in the building. Jasper,
Yeah.
make some noise, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
R&B Money.